fasten your seatbelts, you're on board a new series of Airline.
I love Luton. I spent a year here one Thursday.
This time, things are really taking off. For some, it's the high life.
Who wants to have some fun?
Ugh, something minging.
But others have their feet firmly on the ground.
There is no way you're going to get on the flight.
You have failed to do your duty. They have failed to do theirs.
No, we haven't.
This is the last thing I need right now.
Don't be clever with me.
I'm a journalist.
I have a friend who works with Tony Blair.
Don't you stop there.
And then you wait like a donkey.
What do you want me to do about that?
I'd rather be in prison.
Yeah, you can't get a taxi. The whole service disgusts me.
Something a lot of it.
Gosh, it's times like this you wish you could drink at work.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
easyJet fly to 18 destinations from Belfast International. And like Mikey, Verity Hunt Ballard should be on a flight to Scotland.
I'm running incredibly late for a flight and I have to get on a plane. It's going to Edinburgh at 11 o'clock.
There's no way we can get you on that flight today, madam. The check-in's closed.
There's nothing else going to
No, I mean, check-in closed 15 minutes ago,
You
so...
took me to the wrong airport.
I mean, we could transfer you maybe to the Glasgow flight, if that's any good, at 14:45.
Cool, I just have to think.
All right, no problem.
While Verity
Hi.
may accept she's missed her flight, her dad has other ideas.
Sorry, excuse me, can I just interrupt a moment? My daughter has to go to Edinburgh in 10 minutes. You're saying she can't get on the plane?
No, sir, she can't get on
She's
the
from
plane.
Australia. I've just come from the Belfast City Airport. I insist that she gets on the plane.
She can't get on the plane,
Is there
sir.
somebody else to speak to?
You can speak to my supervisor.
Where are
We'll
they?
say exactly the
Where are they?
same. Jan 2, Team Leader Stewart.
And they're saying we can't get on the bloody plane. The plane hasn't left the tarmac. That doesn't go on in any other airport in the world. If you're there, they make sure they stop the plane until such times as you get on the plane.
Hi.
Look, I just want to protest. My daughter's got a flight to Edinburgh. It leaves at 11. We got here at 1:45. We went to the city airport by mistake.
Right.
We've done 1,000,000 miles an hour to get here.
Right.
I insist that she gets on that flight.
So you realise you are 15 minutes late for the flight for the agreed time?
I understand that.
So you do agree whenever you book the flight, you agree to turn up with the 30 minutes. Just let me finish for 1 second, please.
This is not easyJet. This is hardjet.
It's not at all, sir.
I'm just making it clear.
All we're doing is asking you to turn
it's
up within 30 minutes.
hardjet. It's not a problem now. We didn't read the fine print. Verity needs to be on the plane. Somebody's waiting for her. We've just rushed from the city airport. We're both jet lagged. So what's the problem?
The process to get you from
I understand about the
You do
process.
understand
I've just explained to you about our situation.
Right.
Do you ever make exceptions? Have you been to other airports internationally?
I've actually worked in them
You
as well.
have you?
Yeah.
And you know that they keep planes back if somebody isn't on board?
Not all the time.
They do a lot.
Not all the time. If we would actually go on board, I'm sure, and ask those people, they would say, no, we don't want to wait in case our flight's delayed, in case we have to sit on the tarmac for hours. They would say no.
You don't know
They
that. You haven't
complain.
asked them.
And no one's going to, because the plane is now on its way to Edinburgh. Since his daughter has definitely missed her Edinburgh flight, Peter is taking time out to calm down, although he can't quite let go.
We'll be able to get you somewhere.
But you're not going to get to Glasgow. She's got somebody to meet her in Edinburgh, okay?
Well, we can get you to Edinburgh today. You said today. We can do that as well.
What time?
Well, if you just let me go to the system, we can
And I'm not
definitely
paying
do
any extra money, okay?
that. That's not a problem. We can get you there, okay?
What time?
Okay, I'll go.
Well, they were very intransigent about it, which is a very Northern Ireland attitude anyway, isn't it? You can bend the rules. The plane hadn't left. Even after I'd spoken with the supervisor, it was still on the tarmac. I think it's an incredibly black and white stance to take.
Is it true that in Glasgow is no good to you? Is that good to yourself? Is it a flight at 2:45, 3?
I didn't even know how far away Glasgow and Edinburgh
It would be you're sort of going from airport to airport for around 45 minutes.
Okay, so can I just swap the flights over?
We'll better get you onto that.
I'm really sorry about that. It's just...
You're okay, I understand the
last
situation
few
you've been in.
weeks
And obviously, you've endeavoured to try and get here as quick as possible, and obviously to make the flight. Hence the reason why we're going to do the change for you.
What's happening?
I'm going to go to Glasgow because Faye said she could pick me up from anywhere. I'll catch bus.
The father wanted to communicate everything, i.e. by shouting or anything, and insisted that his daughter was allowed on the flight. Once we spoke to the daughter, it was a completely different story. She had the reverse role. She was listening to what I was able to say.
In Luton, pilot Adrian Johnson has organised a romantic trip to Paris for his wife Rosie's birthday, but he hasn't told her he's also invited a few friends.
We're all gathering together to celebrate Rosie's 40th birthday, and she has no idea that we're here, and so we're all hiding because she's gone through to departures already. By the sounds of it, she is going to be genuinely surprised. I hope so.
Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe. They're boarded at the back door. We'll be boarding at the front door, and then at some stage during the flight, I'll find a reason for Rose and I to go to the back of the aeroplane, and the rendezvous as such will take place in flights going across to Paris.
But airline regulations mean that some of the surprise won't make it past check-in. The Morris family have arrived at Belfast International for their flight to Luton. They've got their passports, arrived on time, and the booking's confirmed. But there's a big problem.
Are you saying we're not getting on the flight? We're booked
Unfortunately, sir, what it is easyJet have overbooked the flight.
Yes.
We have asked for people to do like a voluntary offload the whole way through the flight.
Yep.
Unfortunately, no one was willing to do that.
I'll tell you how to resolve the situation. You go upstairs and you keep offering money until people offload.
Unfortunately, we have done all that. We've gone through that process, sir, and
How
no
much
one
are we offering people to
It's £100 per person.
£100. Try 200.
Unfortunately, I can't get the authorisation to offer any more money. Bear with me one moment just to see what availability I can find for you.
They've told us that they've cocked up and booked too many people, and they're offering a mealy £100 to step people down. That's not going to get anybody to step down. Emily, how many seats were left on the flight?
We have 3 seats available.
Would you take the 2 boys and my wife then? There's 3.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any bags to check in there? Yeah.
3.
Later today, they're booked on an onward-bound flight from Luton to Geneva. This should be the start of a 2-week adventure holiday in the Alps. It's just not the type of adventure they had in mind.
You're in the middle of ruining our holiday at the moment. Half of the family's going on, the other half has to try and find itself.
Right. At the moment, the only availability I do have is tomorrow morning.
There's no good me being accommodated for tomorrow morning. If you can't do anything, I'll look after myself. Just consider yourselves, dump me, it's okay. I'll look after ourselves.
Sir, if you would write into the easyjet.com website,
You'll hear
and
from my
I will...
solicitor, you won't hear from me,
Well,
from
sir,
my
I will inform...
How inconvenient is this? There's a family of 5 checking in for a Pursuits holiday starting in the Alps tomorrow, and we can't get more than half of the family in the way, and the best that they can offer me is a goddamn flight out tomorrow morning. I think you can probably guess. You go, love. I'll find out. Right, you guys, look after your mum. I'll see you in Geneva.
Are you taking all the luggage?
With Mum and the boys on the flight, Kenny now has to find a way out of Belfast for himself and daughter Roxanne. In Luton, Adrian's birthday surprise for wife Rosie is in danger of being blown. She's chosen a seat right by the door in full view of the tarmac. So it's up to Adrian to keep her talking as her friends sneak onto the back of the plane. Safely on board, all they have to do is remain inconspicuous.
Wander down the back. Yeah.
Do you know where stuff?
I know the girls down the back, so I'll just go and say hello to them.
I saw Marcus, so you're missing. I'm nice to balloon people, but we weren't allowed to bring it on with helium. Good idea, though. Oh, fantastic! Blown away. It's fantastic. My friends and a fantastic day out, hopefully. Cheers, Rosie. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, thank you.
Having watched his wife and sons leave for the family holiday, Kenny Morris is still trying to find a flight out of Belfast.
All right, thanks, Julio. Bye-bye. Got to take a taxi back into Belfast City Airport. She's booked in confirmation. I'm on standby because the flight's full, but I'm hoping maybe I can, well, hopefully we'll see if I can get on to it.
As they head for Belfast City Airport, Mum touches down in Luton.
I felt it very unfair that a family of 5 were asked to be split up. I spoke to people where I was waiting to board who weren't aware it was overbooked. It's not an ideal way to start your holidays. Excuse me. Hello?
Hi, darling. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, are you flying now to Heathrow, Kenny, or this evening, or when?
This evening. Roxanne's confirmed on the 7:35 flight this evening. I'm not confirmed in anything, so it's still in the lap of the gods stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, darling. Take care. Love you. Bye. Okay, let's see what goes next.
It's hard to find words, isn't it, really? I'm trying to put a brave face on it, but it's quite upsetting, really. I'm not really used to travelling alone, and I'm not enjoying it, really.
Half the family head for Geneva, while Kenny's left waiting for a seat.
I'll go stand by in this one, then there's the 7:30 one where Roxanne's definitely on. So I might get there before, or I might have to hang around and bite my nails. So we wanted an exciting holiday, but that's not actually what I wanted. Maybe easyJet were listening too much to us about wanting an exciting holiday.
Luton's been transformed from airport to theatre of dreams with the arrival of England's most capped footballer, Peter Shilton.
Oh, good effort. Oh, not bad.
It's a bit of football fun, but if passengers can score 2 goals from 3 shots, they win a free flight. Although for the staff, it's all about putting one past an England hero. Customer service agents Joe and Scott are aiming to restore some penalty-taking pride for Team Orange. It's now down to another airline to save Kenny's holiday.
I need you to keep your luggage with you because you're on standby.
Okay, what time will I come back?
5 o'clock, please.
Sweat it out. Don't know.
If he doesn't make this flight, his adventure holiday will have started and finished in Belfast.
They told me to come back at 5 o'clock.
Right, Mr. Morris, we'll just double check for you. It's all in there.
You got it?
That's fine.
All right. Well, I'm confirmed. I was on standby for them. I explained the story. So that's me, pretty much there. I get my backside to London with my daughter. We'll find a hotel there tonight, and we're confirmed on the 7:25 flight out to Geneva.
It's cost them over £1,000 in new flights, but at least they're off on holiday. It's shootout time in Luton. For Scott and Joe, pride's on the line, and a little bit of money.
Joe won't stand a chance. No? Joe won't get none, and I can lay money on that. You won't get one. Tenner.
Oh, Scott's well up for it. He's been watching the videos, everything. 1990 World Cup. He said he's going to go for the left. He said he's useless on the left.
You don't stand a chance.
They ooze confidence.
Shortman's put the nap back a bit, hasn't he?
Cheers. Shout. There are. Good lad. Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck. Bit of power on that one.
Shame.
Schultz 3, easyJet 0.
All right.
With no goal scored, it's Scott's last chance.
Thank you. Yes?
After the birthday bash in Paris, there was an even bigger surprise on the way home. They missed the flight and were left stranded overnight. On board Airline, Coronation Street's Nikki Sanderson reveals what she doesn't like.
Just putting it in my mouth, I just imagine it going across my path, you know, and leaving that slime thing behind it, and oh.
And one passenger tells us what she really can't stand.
Forget easyJet, they're the worst company in the world.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Liverpool Airport, not the most glamorous place in the world. Except, of course, for today, with the visit of Nikki Sanderson, otherwise known as Coronation Street's Candice. Nikki has given her day up to raise money for charity on the morning flight to Paris. And like most people, she just loves her passport photo.
Do not show my passport picture. No, it's terrible. Can I just flash it at you instead? Oh, that's bad, isn't it? Right. Please don't.
I've got to see it.
Don't show it to them, though.
I won't show it to them, no.
It's terrible, my passport picture.
Okay, you're boarding on to about 7:30 from gate 16. Enjoy your flight and hope everything goes well.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's mine. I'll hide that. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Take care. Thank you. Not left any number, Carol. I look like I should be on bloody Mork and Mindy as one of the aliens. It's horrible.
Hang on, we need to...
Luton Airport. Outside a calm summer's morning, but inside the terminal, rebellion is in the air.
We've been on the road now for 23 hours. Thank you, easyJet. You're absolutely wonderful. Did you come across to you too?
Smoking in the airport is banned. But passengers Maggie Panter and Chris Varian don't care. Their flight from Malaga has been diverted to Luton, and all they want is a promised taxi home to Nottingham. Maggie and Chris are determined to get their taxi home, but the crafty cigarette she's concealing isn't going to help their cause.
Madam, you can't smoke here.
Don't start there, sorry, just leave it there.
Just leave it. I don't care if they take you to prison.
You can't get an aeroplane
I'd
here either.
rather be in prison.
Yeah, you can't get a taxi home like we were promised. Call for security.
They've landed, they came in front of me. They've landed from East Midlands. They were supposed to go to East Midlands last night, but they've been cancelled. They're coming here.
Well, you're having a go at me. Call security. Call security. I don't care.
I'm not having a go at you.
I don't care if you call security. I don't care if they arrest me. I'd rather go to prison and have some food.
Excuse me, madam, can you just put your cigarette out?
Don't you stop.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying you need to put the cigarette out because we have smoke sensors and it will affect the whole building.
Well, let them go off then.
Give the publicity to you.
They're right in front of me. I'm on the sound.
Staff there had asked her to put the cigarette out. Obviously, she is annoyed and she wasn't very happy that they asked her, but it's a case we have smoke detectors above the desk, and if we'd had to evacuate the whole building, the airport wouldn't have been impressed just because of that.
Get this, easyJet, don't do it. Forget easyJet, they're the worst company in the world.
Once airborne, Nikki and agent Carol Godby's thoughts quickly turned to lunch in Paris.
What do French people eat?
Snails and slugs. Oh, I'm not trying snails.
Nikki has had me a bet, actually.
Yeah, I did. I said, I dare you
to eat snails.
Do you know what, though? If the French eat them, they must taste nice. But I just can't, because slugs are minging. I just putting it in my mouth, I just imagine it going across my path, you know, and leaving that slime thing behind it, and oh. I'm here today to help out a charity called Whiz Kids, who, like easyJet, said it was their charity of the year and are going to help them out throughout the year. So today I'm going to start the onboard collection the first time. And it's a charity for like disabled children who need independence by getting mobility. Thank you. Any donations? Thank you very much. Thank you. Is there any donations for Whiz Kids? Thank you very much, sweetheart. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Have a nice day.
The collection complete, Nikki and Carol head into town. They might have put their cigarettes out, but Maggie and Chris are still smouldering. With a coach in place and no sign of a taxi, Maggie and Chris reluctantly decide to head home. And for a tearful Maggie, it's all too much.
Turn it off. Turn it off altogether.
Belfast Airport, but passenger Judith Brennan is going nowhere. Judith's citizen's identity card has vanished at check-in. She says she placed the card on top of the desk.
No, but down the side of the belts or anything.
In this wee gap, there's nothing there, Stephen. We've been looking.
But when passenger service agent Jordina Annis went to check the card, it had mysteriously disappeared. Team leader Stephen Smith is baffled.
Can you do me a favour? And I know you think it was up here. Can you double check your handbag?
No problem.
No, nothing there. It's not there at all.
No, not my handbag. Check me purse.
This one smell behind it, you know.
This is definitely a first. You saw it on top of the counter. Have you any idea where it could have... It's just left it straight down? Yeah. Right, OK, I'll go and ring easyJet and see what we can do here, OK?
Probably on its way to Fallaraki. If I don't laugh, I'll cry, so...
Back at Luton, passenger Thomas Fleming is trying to get home to Belfast. Yesterday he missed his flight. He was told to come back and get a transfer, but there's a problem.
But once our flight goes beyond the 2 hours, they're financially closed. We cannot gain access to them to transfer them. So, as they explained to you, we'll have to buy a whole new ticket.
Maybe I'll find a new airline.
That's fine. No problem.
OK.
OK.
To qualify for a free transfer, Thomas should have changed his flight yesterday.
95% of the time they're trying it on because they realise they've messed up and missed their flights.
Well, I'm going to look for another airline. Even if it cost me more, I still wouldn't use these today. But I think you could rip off merchants.
Where did it drop to?
Well, I didn't see it. So.
In Belfast, the mystery deepens.
There's two sides to it. It could obviously be legitimate, or it's also possible that it could be somebody who's just saying this has happened and it was never in the passport to start with.
The gentleman behind us seen it. He was standing behind us in the queue and he seen us actually hand it over.
I'm going into the passenger's booking to try and get all her details. She also gave me the name of the third person who said that they saw the ID, and just for security reasons I want to double check that it's not somebody with the same address, so it's not some sort of story between the three of them.
With security checks confirming Judith's story, fellow passenger Michael Elliott arrives to help.
Thanks for coming back. We've searched everywhere that we can think of, all the bins and everything. You saw it in the... I'm not disputing that you didn't see it, but in the ID before it went, or in the passport.
Send over the passport, yeah.
And it just was on the top of the check-in desk.
Yep. And I think somewhere between the handover, that's where it's been lost, I would imagine.
Right, sorry, it was just in case you had any suggestions as to where think
it has to be there somewhere.
So the search continues.
No, you won't see it on the toilet, but we're waving now anyway.
I open thousands of passports every single day, and normally when you flick through and if there's something inside the passport, it stops wherever there's something, and obviously I just flicked and went to the photo page, there was nothing there. If it magicked and walked away, I don't know, but it wasn't there.
But it wasn't in front of the counter, so it's obviously behind the counter or to one side. Feeling that she's a magician, and a good one.
I mean, there's cables, I don't want to electrocute myself.
Be worth it if you found a card. We've checked up with the information desk in case anybody's found a piece of ID. Checked in the baggage bay in case it went down with a piece of baggage, just sitting on top of it for some reason, and it hasn't turned up. So we really have taken this apart. It's a real mystery.
While Judith's stranded in Belfast, Thomas's attempts to get back there aren't going too well.
Flight information desk, information point this way.
Where is it you want to go to? Belfast. You need to see Service Air. No, sorry, easyJet, just on the corner.
Not the only one.
Yeah, to Belfast. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and eat humble pie.
He might not like it, but he's going to have to fly with easyJet after all.
Can I punch the flight to Belfast?
Okay, it's going to be $107.99 for that flight.
There's nobody else buying them here, so they can do the like. They can promise you cheap fares, and then if you make any mistake or don't reach your time, bump the price up. Very, very easy, isn't it?
Back in Belfast, before she can fly, Judith needs a decision from head office.
I can't understand how it kind of disappeared. It was just the agent has just said that she took it from the top of the check-in desk to have a look at it, and there was nothing in it. We've had to look around the belts and everything. The only thing was this third person said that he definitely saw it, but I don't know where on earth it could have disappeared. But okay. Okay. Not good news, I'm afraid.
You're joking.
Yeah, I've spoken to easyJet and explained everything that happened and so on, and they say that because a member of staff didn't actually see the piece of photographic ID, they won't allow you to travel.
Right.
I mean, it's very probably legitimate, obviously, and everything, but they say that no, because no member of staff has actually seen it, even though there was that third person.
Well, it's pointless stamping me feet and screaming. It's not going to get us anywhere, so I'll go home and stamp and scream instead.
On board Airline, there are some strange goings-on. Celebrities who are not what they seem.
Where are you flying to? Are you flying to Prague too? Oh, fantastic.
Screens with a mind of their own.
An explanation would be lovely.
And a family heading to Scotland have a beast of a problem.
It's not as though I'm importing some sort of strange 8-armed monster.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
It's an ordinary morning at Gatwick Airport, but some rather extraordinary passengers are about to check in for easyJet's flight to Prague.
Hello, boys. Oh, I thought we'd never make it. I can't be doing this.
Dame Kitty Glitter and Lady Elizabeth James are off to Prague to open a new club with celebrity pals Naomi, Kylie and Britney Spears. Well, almost.
My name is Dame Kitty. As I said, I'm the pretty one. This is Lady Elizabeth James.
Hello there.
Show a leg, dear. Show a leg.
Oh, I know.
It's your biggest asset. Can I introduce Naomi? No tantrums today,
No,
all right, dear? Brittany, get here, dear.
Hi, sweetie. Hi.
We only just managed to get a visa for her.
Yeah.
Quick 12. Uma Thurman, eat your heart out. Kylie, get here. Rear of the ear, turn, spin.
Oh, she's spinning around. Look at that.
Spinning around.
Unfortunately, old passport photos never do a girl justice.
It's my twin
Travelling
brother.
under an assumed name,
Yeah.
And a bit sharp, dangerous, or pointed on you in your hand like these such as nails.
Only my fingernails and my wit.
We left Bournemouth at 9 o'clock. We stopped at Fleet Services, which was a delight. And then a quick freshen up when we got here. And now we're here, ready. I hope the VIP lounge is ready, because I know Stelios.
Kitty thinks she's heading out to a club opening in Prague, but what she doesn't know is that her celebrity friends have organised a big surprise birthday party for her. Over at Luton Airport, things aren't running quite as smoothly. The new departure screen in the bar apparently has a mind of its own.
Please tell me why this happened.
I don't know, basically. I really
Passenger Graham Sinclair was waiting for the delayed 1600 flight to Glasgow.
I went into the bar and just sat, ordered a pint, and I was looking at the screen, and it still says expected time 17:55. And then all of a sudden the screen changes and says like no boarding gate 14. So I left that in my pint, walked upstairs and looked at the screen and it says closed.
With the screens apparently urging people to stay in the bar until their flights have departed, it's not long before another passenger misses her flight.
She's saying basically that they didn't put the screens on final call, which they always do. It does it automatically.
I was watching that screen all the time. So it went from go to gate 16 to gate close.
All my colleagues who have spoken to me about yourself, they have been telling me that the screens did say that the gate was boarding. And
No, it did not. I can promise you it did not. Are you calling me a liar?
I never said that.
Well, you are, basically, aren't you?
No, those words.
You're basically calling me a liar. No, you've told me that what I've told you is not true. So you're basically calling me a liar.
And with the next flight to Nice fully booked, things are not looking good.
All I can do for you is transfer your flight tomorrow morning.
I want to be on the flight tonight.
You cannot get on the flight tonight. There is not one available seat.
And when the flight is not full because people don't turn up, what will you do?
Nothing.
Well, I think you should do something for me.
I can't do anything for you when people have brought
Right, I'm a journalist and you'll be. I will write up about how bad behaved you guys have been because, quite frankly, it's crap. You're going to put me on flight at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning?
I thought you just said Airline was crap.
Can you get me a manager?
I can do, but he'll say exactly the same.
Can you get me a manager?
Yeah, I can. If you just good. Give me a minute.
Get him now.
Got nothing sharp.
Meanwhile, Dame Kitty and pals have successfully cleared security, and there's no rest for the other passengers.
Oi.
I was so hoping I'd get frisked at security.
Got a bit of dust on your knee, dear. Where are you from?
We're all from Canada.
Oh.
Canada, what about you guys?
I could be from wherever you want.
Oh,
And that's girls to you, dear.
Hey, guys is everybody. There's
Just
guys.
called me old-fashioned. Well, you recognise Kylie and Brittany, yeah?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Sing La 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 for him, dear.
No.
La 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 La. La la. See, now you've got it, haven't you?
I got it there.
Do you want to hear one of Kitty's? I am what I am. I am my own special creation. You're supposed to cheer at that point. Thank you! Right, you had your chance, bitch.
Lindy Adlam and Graham Sinclair have missed their flights. They blame the departure screens. And easyJet chief Matt Sherwood is called upon to sort it out.
I understand you were in the bar and you missed the final call to the gate?
Why the hell should I go and sit in some proxy gate when you're not even going to be taking off for another 2 or 3 hours?
OK, can I just bring you to the point that it did say on there, go to gate 16.
Of course it says go to gate 16.
But you didn't go.
No, I didn't go because the other people are saying.
What can we expect you to do?
The other people are saying final call.
Yeah, and all
when
we
it
do.
says final call, you run, you go.
Well, if you choose to do that, then you run the risk of being offloaded, which you have.
Absolutely bollocks.
There's a child right behind you. Can you not swear?
Bollocks is not a swear word.
With Matt getting nowhere fast, his problems get twice as hard.
Flight with the exact same situation.
Your computer system is screwed.
Expected time, it says 16:55. Now, all of a sudden, the screen changes and says boarding gate 14. Now, I left downstairs, went upstairs, and it says upstairs gate closed. An explanation would be lovely.
With no simple solution in sight, Lindy appeals to Matt's softer side.
I'm now going to miss a night with my daughter. I have very precious time with my daughter, and it's not fair.
Oh, no, don't get yourself upset.
No, I am upset, because you don't care.
I do care.
No, you don't care. You could get me on the next flight, but you don't care. I have a small child who's dying to see me.
Okay.
I work so hard for my living.
Back in 10 minutes.
Still getting nowhere, Matt heads to the bar to check the mystery screens. With the flight to Prague well underway, Dame Kitty spots a captive audience.
Well, welcome aboard Dame Kitty Glitter Airways. Just to let you naughty boys know, we are flying above 1 mile. We're going to be serving hot food, really hot. The drinks are on the trolley. And we'll be with you shortly. Thank you for your attention. This is Chief Stewardess, Dame Kitty Glitter, and my able assistant, Lady Elizabeth James, signing out. Goodbye. Cheer.
And as the flight drags, Kitty leaps to help.
Buy something off me for Christ's sake. Take it over, I dread to think what that fits round here.
I hope you enjoyed it. You'll fly with us again.
I fly with you every week. I just need to teach you how to kneel before a queen.
Oh, sorry, madam.
As Kitty heads off into town, she still has no idea what her pals have in store for her. Back in Luton, Matt's checking the bar departure screens. They work on a strict sequential system, the last three commands being boarding at gate, final call, and lastly, gate closed.
I've just gone and compared both screens, the one that was in the bar and the one that's in the main food court, and they're both running in sync and they're both showing exactly the same information. So all I can assume then is that passengers have had some confusion with what they managed to see in the time they looked at the screens.
With no apparent gremlins, Graham has probably just confused his delayed flight to Glasgow with the next Glasgow flight, which was departing on time just 30 minutes later. And Matt has a diplomatic explanation for Lindy.
All I'm saying is your strategy of boarding flights, those 2 or 3 minutes have cost you a flight.
You're telling me it's my fault?
It's not a fault thing, it's just the strategy you chose has failed you today. I'm sympathetic to her, the fact that she had a child in Nice, but at the end of the day, she had made that mistake herself.
With nothing more that can be done, the two passengers agree to be moved to the next available flights.
The night is knackered, really. I had a meal booked for 7:30 this evening, so it's pointless now.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably have to stay somewhere locally and fly tomorrow morning.
With Lindy in search of a hotel, the bar screens are still working fine. It's just hard to read them sometimes. British civil servant Nick Squibb lives in Prague, but his work regularly takes him back to London. In fact, he's one of the airline's most frequent flyers, returning almost twice a week.
Sounds a bit crazy, doesn't it? But works out good for me.
So what is the nature of this mystery man's business?
It's a good job. Yeah, I enjoy it. Has its moments. I think I'm a little bit odd, to be quite honest.
But travelling back and forth to the UK, his cover was nearly blown.
The Stansted staff used to recognise you quite a bit. I think the Gatwick people are beginning to get used to me, judging by the stares I get. Oh, it's him again.
So we've decided to uncover his mission and tail him on his next trip to London. In the centre of Prague, the revels are just getting underway. And the crowd is waiting for Dame Kitty's big entrance. But what she doesn't know is the divas have thrown a surprise party for her birthday.
Unaccustomed as I am.
Oh, yeah, right.
So many men, so little time.
When love's gone cold.
Cut the candles. Absolutely fantastic day.
In Prague, international man of mystery Nick Squibb, or is that his real name, is preparing for his next sortie to London.
Passport, phone.
And says goodbye to his family.
Bye-bye.
For quite some time.
See you on Saturday.
It's to be a mission by bus, train, plane, and automobile. On the way, Nick gives us a clue to his mission.
fruity sauce, Weetabix, all brand. No Marmite. No Marmite today, though.
Sounds like a code. After the train, it's a quick dash to the airport to catch his flight. On board, Mark explains how to lose any possible tails.
As soon as the door opens, I bomb burst out, leg it through the airport, just for last orders. Excellent. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's the August Bank Holiday Friday and Bristol Airport is bracing itself for the busiest day ever. But ticket agent Kelly Roberts foresees a problem.
Because we've got the new girls, they're obviously not fluent with the check-in procedure, so I'm giving them a little bit longer to check them all in.
Of the 6 check-in staff, 3 are new.
We've got Charlie. It's her second day on check-in today.
That's okay, it's your passports and boarding cards.
She was shadowing yesterday. Emma, Welsh, can't understand a word she's saying.
I got Olive and Judith, yeah? That's lovely, thank you.
Laura, Bristolian and very loud. Is anyone going to Alicante?
If there's any passengers travelling to Alicante,
Not anyone going to Alicante?
can you please go to the front of your own queue?
It's quite fun when you hear that bellows coming over from the check-in area.
With the queues swelling, it's not long before a problem arises.
I mean, this is the administration here is absolutely crazy. They don't know what they're doing up there. I mean, you've got young kids there that don't even know what they're talking about.
Bilbao passenger Paul Bone believes he's missed his flight because the new check-in staff were too slow.
Sorry, but they won't accept you on that flight today. All we can do is transfer you to tomorrow's flight.
What choice have I got? If they're going to have staff behind a desk dealing with a crowd like it's over there now, then they should at least know what they're doing.
Unhappy with his treatment, Paul seeks out easyJet supervisor Michelle.
This is not the time to be having people who don't know what they're doing. Look, I mean, just look at the
It's not
crowd.
in case they don't know what they're doing, they're new. I do apologise, but tomorrow, nice hour before check-in. Speed comes with experience, and, you know, when you've got lots of people shouting that they're there for this flight and it's got 2 minutes to close, then that's something, you know, she has to learn.
The next morning, on his way to work, we catch up with the mystery civil servant. Could his sweatshirt reveal him to be a sinister double agent? From Prague to Purley, we're about to find out the secret of this mystery man. Nick's a fireman, and he'll be at work for the next 4 days till flying home.
Greenwatch, Greenwatch, and your names as follows. Firefighter Squibb.
Present.
Leading Firefighter Hackett. Firefighter Calver. Greenwatch, Greenwatch, as detailed, get to work.
With a fireman's shift lasting 4 days and nights, the weekly commute from Prague suits Nick perfectly.
This is my second home. I have to work here, but I relax at home in Prague.
In the meantime, the residents of Purley can sleep easy at night. Back at Luton, browbeaten Mel encounters a regular problem.
I've got my passport and my driving licence. My wife hasn't got her passport, and neither does my son.
But we do have to have one form of ID, like I say. You haven't got one of those.
So you won't, we can't fly?
No, not unless you have one of those. The only thing I can do for you now is transfer you onto the next flight.
I'll just go without me and forget about it. There must be something you could do.
No, there's not.
There's absolutely not. It's totally flexible. But why? What are you worried that
If I get on a train and go up to Scotland, I don't actually have to have
That's
a
a train,
passport
sir.
to get. Yeah, it's of course it's a bloody train, but it's going to the same place.
Right. Just low voice there.
I am getting just a slightly off of this, but
Well,
it
she's not
strikes
gonna
me as
be-
being
she's not gonna
very
do anything about
strange.
it.
I can't do anything about it, ma'am. We have no discretion.
I've got loads of identification. I've got loads of cards with me. I've got everything, but I haven't got a
You haven't got one
photograph.
of those.
No.
I was going from Luton and I was going to Edinburgh.
The problem appears to be that we haven't got our photo ID to try and travel to Scotland, which, as far as I can remember, was in the British Isles. What can we do? We're utterly hamstrung by these thick-headed people wearing orange suits who say, oh, can't do this, can't do that. I mean, you know, it's my son and my wife. It's not as though I'm importing some sort of strange 8-armed monster How stupid is that?
The Tillys are supposed to be flying to Scotland for dinner with friends tonight, but if Caroline can't make the next flight, she'll be dining alone.
Hopefully I'll get home and back in time to catch that flight. If I miss that flight, I might just abandon the whole trip.
With the next flight to Edinburgh closing at 16:50, Caroline has just 1 hour 53 minutes to get home, find her passport and return to the airport. A journey that should take 2 hours. Back at Bristol Airport, it's their busiest day ever and things have suddenly got worse.
Complete news and information. Bristol's GWR-FM.
So the Great Bank Holiday Getaway was stopped in its tracks today. Holidaymakers face massive delays after a multiple vehicle pileup closed the airport road for 2 whole hours.
There's been an accident on the A38. On the Easy Newcastle, we're 60 passengers down with 10 minutes to close. There's not many at check-in, so can you advise the captain when he comes in and see whether he'll hold for a bit?
The Newcastle flight should have closed at 5:15 p.m, but almost half the passengers haven't made it to the airport yet.
It's Newcastle? Yeah. Straight over to the front of check-in.
There's been a horrendous crash coming out on the A38, 4 cars involved, so the whole road's been closed off, which meant that everybody's panicking to get to the airport.
Michelle's team is doing everything they can to keep the flight open because there's only a few spare seats on the next and final flight tonight. For passengers that miss it, it'll probably mean an extra night in Bristol.
The aircraft is now here and the captain is ringing the company and at the moment he is holding on as long as he can, but obviously delaying this flight delays the later Newcastle as well. At the moment we're 30 down.
Is anyone else travelling to Newcastle?
Go through immediately into the departure lounge where we're still holding. This is the last call for anyone for Newcastle. If you could do that, please. I'm about to close.
I've got his passport, so I'll get him checked in as soon as he gets in. We just have to be very quick.
Having kept the flight open for an extra half hour, the captain has to go.
Where are you? Hurry up.
But there's time for just one more.
That's finished, then I'm going to close the flight. OK, thanks, bye.
Finally, Flight 570 leaves Bristol with a 45-minute delay and only 17 of the 148 passengers missing. At Luton, the Edinburgh flight is moments from closing. For Caroline Tilley, it's touch and go.
God, it's me, I'm back.
She's made it. Just.
Nightmare. I had to sit for half an hour at Luton Airport waiting for a train. And then my dad met me at Wellingborough with my passport. And there was no train, so he's just driven me to Luton.
How did you see your passport or ID?
Here it is. Here's the passport.
Finally, I hope you had a bit of a day with that today.
Yeah, I have.
So, dinner with the family after all. With an exhausting Bank Holiday Friday drawing to a close, the Bristol team have pulled it off. Not one passenger failed to get to Newcastle that night. Lindy flew out to join her family the next morning, and Dame Kitty had a night to remember. On board Airline, it's a trip down memory lane. One passenger remembers the golden years.
I remember in the early days, I got a flight out of Athens. It was 2 hours delayed, and we all got new flights. We got a lovely dinner. Now every single flight is delayed.
Newcastle's Emma swaps a 737 for an old biplane.
Your stomach was doing flip, I was doing loop-the-loop.
And Supervisor Stephen proves he's still young at heart.
I wish I had good news for you.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Bristol Airport. The Edinburgh flight's boarding, but there are a few passengers missing.
going to get a few of these on my angel.
Excuse me. We were told if we were here half an hour before, we could get on the flight. We were here well over half an hour before, and they've told us now we can't get on. The plane's still out there. We were there at the time specified.
Who am I talking to? This one or this one?
Well, we're both on the same flight. As long as we can get on the flight, it doesn't
Deal with
matter.
this passenger first. If you just wait.
So then we're going to miss our flight altogether. Thanks so much. That's very, very clever.
That's the urgency. Give them the urgency.
The flight closed at 5:30. We were there.
And we were there, and she's saying she shouted. She has not shouted.
Yes,
We've been
she
stood there.
has shouted.
We've been stood there since before 7 o'clock.
Mark Smith is desperate to get his son's girlfriend on the flight.
So we'll miss our flight then?
You've already missed it, sir.
Absolutely unreal. Never seen such in all my life. So you heard her shout from over here, but we didn't hear her shout stood right in front of her.
Yes, I did, because I actually rang and asked her to shout.
So how can we not hear? We're stood right there. We've been stood there since 1 minute to 7.
What do you want me to do about that?
The passenger was here at 1 minute to 7. Stood there in that line. They never shouted to me.
You just said it was 1
No,
minute
I never said 1 minute past. Record the bloody camera there. 1 minute to.
If you show me once more, I would close this desk.
Just get her on the flight.
I will not. I cannot get her on the flight, sir.
The flight's out there. Why can't she get on the flight?
Just check-in closed at 5:30.
And we were here.
If you
You
were
have
here-
failed to do your duty.
No,
They
I
have failed to
not.
do theirs.
No, we haven't.
This is just utter. I mean, she's only got a bloody little bag. She can just walk out there and get on the plane. It's there.
She cannot walk on a plane, sir, because to get on a plane you need a boarding pass. And get a boarding pass, you need to be here in time for check-in.
And we were.
And they were calling forward
No,
because I
they
made
weren't.
them do the thing. I'm not going to argue with you, sir.
What's she supposed to do now? I mean, I've driven like 200 miles to get her here. What, you know, I've got to be at work tomorrow. She's supposed to be at work in Scotland tomorrow. Her parents are waiting in Scotland for her tomorrow. It's a joke.
Belfast Airport. A hen party are hoping to head off to Blackpool, but chief bridesmaid Carol Ann has turned up with the wrong ID.
My mother's away on holidays and she's got my driver's licence in the car and my passport. So she's not back later on the day, so there's nothing we can really do about it.
Supervisor Stephen is trying to help them.
Smile for the camera. Smile.
I wish I had good news for you.
Oh, no, you're joking me.
No, I've spoken to the manager over in easyJet in Luton, and they've said no, they won't accept it because we don't normally accept photocopies. So I don't know who you've spoken to.
Passport. Remember, we rang up yesterday and we rang the other day on the way here, and he says,
But do you have
no,
a name
we
of
were
anybody
told
you spoke
all that it was is whoever was on the desk. It was up to them.
Well, it's not, because that's not the correct policy.
Can you not ring the company that I got the car off and they'll tell you that's who I am?
No, it's easyJet's policy. You must have a piece of valid government-issued photographic ID. And I've telephoned them, explained the situation, that it's the photocopy and so on, but they won't accept it.
We'll have to come back off. We can't leave one behind.
Stephen has no choice but to offload the other hens and transfer them to a later flight. But without a passport, things aren't looking good for Carol Ann.
Oh, I wish you could, but you have to appreciate the security issues.
I know what you mean, but I haven't got a bomb me back, really.
Oh, we put her on naked, standing in the cockpit with the pilot. Can we go on?
Definitely not.
You're not getting on.
Nobody would notice.
The hen weekend looks to be going nowhere until Carol Ann gets a phone call from her boyfriend.
My mother's home with my passport. My passport's every my same signature, my same photo on it.
There's a flight at 6:25 if you can get here for
If you can
that.
get here for 6:25, I can get on that one, please.
Is that okay? We need to be here about 5 to 6.
You'll need to be here for 5 to 6. What time is it now?
It says here.
5 past.
You'll be here for that time.
He'll be there for that.
Right, darling, put your boot aboard. Let's go. All right. Bye.
Good news, but the girls are still unhappy about paying the £25 transfer fee. They had other plans for the money.
Do you know what all the money? See, all our money is for strippers. And you're going to take £25 off us. That's bad private dances.
I really wish I could do something, but it,
Turn around, Dammy's going to do the lap dance.
Private dances.
you make me go red now.
How long do I sit in that chair till we get naked?
You can do that. Getting your clothes on.
The hens are all laughing now, but it could still end in tears. Back in Bristol, Mark and his son's girlfriend Jennifer are moving in for round 2.
Do you have a supervisor anywhere? Do you have a supervisor anywhere or manager for your company?
She's actually upstairs boarding, so you would have to wait until...
She's actually what, sorry?
She's upstairs boarding the Edinburgh flight, so you'd have to wait until about 8 o'clock. It's absolutely fine. Unfortunately, it's gone off now, so if he does come back, you'll have to pay £25 for a new ticket.
But needs must, and Jennifer's job is on the line. Her only option is to put her pride to one side and transfer to tomorrow's flight.
You depart at 7, it gets there at 8:20. Thanks.
Please help to reduce security.
I'm having to check into a hotel like near the airport and get a taxi there tomorrow. Like I start work at 1, so I'll be there on time, but it's like I would have been there definitely on time if I was got the flight tonight. And it's just I don't know, it's just really annoyed me and it's annoyed like a lot of people.
You're dealing with one passenger being all nice, you're trying to do your best for them, and you've got someone shouting from the other side. The passenger you're dealing with is getting a bit agitated. There's not really a lot we can do. I only have one system, I can only do one thing at a time. It's horrible. I just stand there and shake.
Back in Belfast, and it's party time for the hens.
What's your name?
While waiting for Carol Ann's passport, bride-to-be Sharon is set her first hen weekend challenge.
First there, at the airport you have to entertain board passengers with a song, providing using actions. Instruments, you must get all the passengers to join in. This is not supposed to be for the... Mr. What is a wee second? Come over and stand in the camera. Along with us. This is our new band, right?
Okay, do I have to sing?
If you're happy and you know, clap your hands.
Oh, I know this one.
Okay, yeah,
Right, so
I'll play and you sing.
You know this one
Right.
too, don't you?
Are you ready to sing?
You ready? 1, 2,
go! If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really ought to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Can't hear any music.
After a 2-hour mad dash, Carol Ann's boyfriend finally arrives with her passport. And the 2 most important men in Carol Ann's life are rewarded for their trouble.
You all right? Take care.
Stephen seems to be taking it all in his stride.
Thank you.
Bye! We're away!
Newcastle Airport. Problems, problems, and more problems. Emma Elwood has had enough of the sales desk.
So my passport's no good.
All right, you've been refused.
Been refused, aye.
She'll soon be leaving it all behind to become cabin crew. But colleagues Helen and Leanne aren't letting her go easily. They've a surprise in store.
Emma off the ticket desk expressed a wish to go wing walking, where they strap you to an aircraft.
You can change your booking. Obviously, it will be a cost, but I can change it over for another day.
So we've come up with this little plot to take her off to Bristol. Yeah, she thinks we're going down there for some training, her, Leanne and myself. And she's fallen for it, hook, line and sinker.
The following morning, the girls head off to Bristol, and Emma's still unaware of what lies ahead.
I'm not really excited to go to Bristol. It's not as though it's a nice sunny city, but it'll be different, put it that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a very big surprise on this morning's flight. This surprise is for Emma. Today is your lucky day. There is something that you've always wanted to do, and today's your day you're going to do it. Yes, you are going to be going wing walking across Bristol.
Shut up.
Emma, I hope you packed your woolies. Surprise, surprise.
No way. You come on with us.
That's for real, yeah.
No way. I think I'm really sick.
That's a good job you haven't had breakfast then.
Add a bottle of cornflakes. I'll be saying that later.
Ooh, it'll be exhilarating.
Helen, you shut up. I can't believe they've done that to me. I can't believe you've kept it a secret.
I know how bad am I at secrets.
Training or wing walking? Training.
Yeah, boring.
It's all right for you. You'll have a canny day out, won't you?
Once again, I'd like to wish Emma very best wishes and good luck for today. And we're looking forward to flying with you once you become cabin crew, Emma. So good luck for today.
I need it. I really need it.
Oh, Emma.
No way. Oh, no. I really am nervous.
You'd be all right.
Oh, God, I can't believe this is happening to us.
Hi, Emma. Hiya. I'm Rihanna and this is Martin. We're from the wing walking team, right? I'd like to take you over to the aircraft. Do you want to come over?
I'm not doing anything yet, though.
Don't worry. Come and see the plane. Come and meet Helen on the wing. Mike, this is Emma. Emma, this is Mike. Hiya. Pilot.
Well, did they get you? Did they get you big time?
Yes.
What do you think? First reaction?
Feel sick.
Oh, no, really? Well, we're going to wait for the weather anyway, so
good.
if you're up for it, then the weather clears. What do you think? You're in good hands. Helen's been doing it for years. She'll tell you all the do's and don'ts.
Would I be by myself up there?
I'm afraid you will. But it'll be great. You'll love it.
You won't go too high.
Huh? No, we'll be quite low.
You won't do somersaults.
No, we won't do somersaults.
That's all right.
Nice straight level.
It's just as well Emma didn't have breakfast. Belfast Airport.
Because I got somebody else to book it for me, and they always book my regular flight, and they've messed this up. Is there anything we can do here? Literally, I fly with you every single week. There must be some sort of...
Other than buying new seats, sir, no, I'm afraid not.
And how much is a new seat?
What would you price a new seat for you now? Is it one way?
Well,
You've got a book. I've got
to fly first.
That will not.
127.99.
Oh, no.
Entrepreneur Rory Dorman turned up late for his flight. A day late, and a new ticket's going to cost him dearly.
I simply don't have £127.99.
Unfortunately, that's the cheapest ticket easyJet have on that flight at the moment.
This is a total nightmare for me. Because I simply can't fly back at that price. I literally fly. You can check the records every single week, day in, day out. I fly. I must be your most loyal customer on this. Is there no way we can do something? Because I mean, this is not the sort of service that I know Stelios has led me to believe he could offer his more loyal clientele.
Will Rory's charm offensive make any difference?
Is there a manager I can speak to?
Yes, I am.
You are the manager.
Back in Bristol, and Emma's being put through her paces.
Up onto the aircraft, strap you in, and then so you can feel what the harness feels like, and then we'll go through all the safety signals, hand signals between you and Mike, the pilot, and then put yourself up.
Easier to get down, huh?
Yeah.
I think she went a bit white, didn't she?
She did. She went totally white.
Pale.
And particularly when she was telling her that the wind, the G-force was going to push her back like that, and it was probably going to hurt her.
With the training over, it's time to get the show on the road. Emma's ready to go, but there's a problem with the weather. The cloud level's too low.
Bit frustrated, yeah, just because I want to get on with it, and now that I want to do it, and I can't do it, so yeah, a bit frustrated, yeah, a bit.
With a weather update every half hour, all she can do is wait. Back in Belfast, and Rory's harking back to the good old days in his bid to get out of paying for a new ticket.
It strikes me that ever since Stelios took a released the management reins of this company, it just hasn't provided the service it once provided.
And
I remember in the early days when he first started, he was hungry for success. I got a flight out of Athens that was 2 hours delayed, and we all got new flights. We got a lovely dinner. Now every single flight is delayed, every single time. The one time somebody in my office has made a mistake, booked me the wrong flight, you're charging me a penalty of £127 here that I've got a wife and family to get back
situation,
to.
sir, but unfortunately there is no physical way that I can open up the flight once it has closed.
The whole service disgusts me. Absolutely disgusts me. And now here I am, having to pay for it.
He finally admits defeat. Not quite.
Or I will be writing to the Easy Group.
That's fine.
Or the easyJet, whoever now is currently managing Stadios. I'll do my best to find it out. Because I have every documented receipt I've ever spent on easyJet in the last 12 months. And it's a lot of money.
I understand, sir. We do appreciate your custom. Your custom is valuable to us, but...
So we're out in Belfast starting this little business. Everything has gone into Indigo Mortgage Brokers. I've sold 2 motorbikes, I've sold a couple of cars, I've sold all the toys I once had. Everything has gone into this company. And money is very, very tight. We're making it work, but this is the last thing I need right now. The last thing I need. And as I say, it's a bugger.
Okay, you can go ahead and get checked in now.
Right, okay. Has that gone through all right?
Yes, that's it all confirmed for you there.
hopefully he will grace us with his custom again. I hope it doesn't put him off, but I, again, do understand his point where he is frustrated.
In Bristol, a break in the weather and it's all systems go.
Follow me again. I'll get you up there. Strap you in.
Right.
Make sure you're happy. Run through the signals again. Keep coming, and then get your bottom in the seat. And you stand up. That's it. Bottom of the seat, and then put your feet forward here. Right, in and locked. As soon as you take off, they'll stop seizing up. All right, Michael.
Emma, who's about to make the jump to cabin crew, thought her first flight would be on a Boeing 737 and not a Boeing Stearman biplane.
Oh no, look at that.
00127, copy the wind and arriving now.
Okay, Emma!
Tails up and he'll be off the ground in the next couple of seconds. Woohoo, there he goes!
You should still have her arms out. She's a nutter, hello. My God, yeah!
500 feet up, flying over the Bristol countryside at 100 miles an hour, and Emma's loving every minute of it.
She's doing it, isn't she?
Yeah, she's doing it.
I can't wait till she gets back here. I bet she's smiling. I bet she's got a big grin.
Arms out. I think she's been waving away.
Thank you. Thanks,
Black, that's it, well done.
How's the old legs? How's the old legs?
Really, I'm freezing, but it was absolutely excellent.
Oh, God. We got a bit emotional, didn't we?
Yeah, no. My stomach was doing a flip. Your stomach was doing flips. I was doing bloop. That was excellent, though. Really, really good. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to do it. It was amazing. It really was.
Now we're your friend.
Yeah. Friends for life now that you've made us have that experience, definitely.
You're still a nutter. Yeah, she's absolutely frozen to the bone. Get some hot drinks. Come on. Come on, nutter.
Back to work indoors, on the ground. Still in
with a
orange.
damn good story.
Gonna ditch the yellow. Bye. Bye.
You're a nutter. That was brilliant.
Sharon and the hens had a great time in Blackpool despite the damp start. Jennifer Scott made it back to Edinburgh in time for work, and Rory Dorman is still flying with easyJet. Coming up on Airline, a big breakfast in Bristol.
That's disgusting, isn't it, drinking this time? 20 to 6. I need this for my nerves.
Making a meal of it in Belfast.
If you're late, we won't wait. Who's waiting now?
And an unexpected nightcap for Stephen.
We got 50p.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Passport has expired. I travelled on it in September, July.
Monday morning at Luton, and Debbie Beacock's plans for a special family holiday in Nice have hit a problem.
Is there anything I can do?
No. Where are you going to?
France.
No. You have to have an in-date valid passport. And I'm afraid this...
Is there no way we can arrange a passport today?
Not through EasyJet. What you have to do is get in touch with
Do you have a number that we can call?
Yeah. Get in touch with the Home Office. You won't be able to get one today, though.
We travelled on this
she's
in
wearing
July,
pink as well
and
today.
nobody picked it up, and I assumed wrongly that it was valid for 10 years after I'd renewed it. All right, well, we'll have a chat about it.
Thank you very much for your help.
That's all right, don't worry about it.
Lucy May has just had a very big operation at Great Ormond Street a couple of months ago. She's had what's called a bladder augmentation, ileocystoplasty. They make the bladder bigger using the bowel. So it's quite a big operation, and she was a very brave little girl. She's been recovering, and it was her treat to go with her grandparents away. They have a place in France and they wanted to take us. I feel dreadful, I feel sick, I feel awful about the whole thing, really, because she wants to go in an aeroplane and she was looking forward to spending time with them. There's nothing we can do. I'll have to just reapply for another passport and miss out on my holiday. So, yeah, haven't got a choice, really. You want to go on there? I've got to go on an aeroplane. No.
Some neighbouring countries might accept Debbie's expired passport, and Supervisor Mary Hosier suggests they could fly and then drive to France.
So we could get to Spain today, and then they could travel up to France from Spain.
But how would she be able to get out of France? She'd be all right because she's coming back to her own country.
You can't. They can't keep you in their country. They have to let you back.
But we can't allow her to travel out of the UK to France knowing she's got an expired passport.
The next Barcelona flight is 10:40. You'll get there for 10 to 2
She can't
their
travel
time.
to France on an
I've
expired
got
passport.
seats.
How long is the drive? The drive for 10 hours.
Yeah, long drive.
It's silly. Thank you very much.
It looks like they won't be travelling. In Bristol, Michelle Bartley has arrived for her early morning flight to Alicante.
Come on, girl.
41 of her closest friends and relatives are with her to help celebrate her hen weekend. A little later than planned.
We got married like 25 years ago. We didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have weekends. We didn't have holidays, nothing. So that's why we're doing it all now. So that's why it's gone a bit big as well. Everybody's come in. It just got bigger and bigger. And this is my weekend to Benidorm. My husband's going to Magaluf next week. And then in January, we're having our marriage blessed. So, and I'm wearing a dress, because I never had a dress years ago.
The theme for the weekend is Bunny Girls.
I made all the bunny tails, made all the dicky bows, Got the collars, you know, everybody got that. And the ears as well. My holiday starts now. So, oh, hello, Claire. My love.
Most people are still in bed, but for Michelle and the girls, it's party time.
That's disgusting, isn't it, drinking this time? 20 to 6. I need this for my nerves. Cheers, everybody!
Come on then, your sister's first.
Oh, come on, girl.
Oh, she's hugging it, mate.
Oh, that's warm big cockles that. Right, who got the first?
Back in Luton, there's a glimmer of hope for 2-year-old Lucy May's holiday.
Just to let you know, we're actually ringing Turin to see if they'll let you go.
I need to have a...
Well, that's what we're going to check. We're not too sure. If they won't allow you, then we're going to give Nice a ring and see if Nice will allow you to go again. So we will try our hardest for you. One of my young ladies is on the phone at the moment, talks Italian, so hopefully that'll help.
Thank you
All right.
much. Thank you so much. Are you ready? This is going to move. Are you ready?
Pronto? Buongiorno, sono signora Santi, chiamo da Luton, Londra, lavoro per EasyJet. Ok, la ringrazio, buongiorno.
No, okay, let's try France then.
It's really nice of you to try.
That's all right, sweetie.
Yes, do you speak English?
Immigration just asked us. Sorry?
Grandma comes to the rescue.
Bonjour. Je pars de Luton, en Angleterre. J'ai une madame qui a elle a une toute petite enfant. Oui, c'est un passeport anglais. Pas de problème. En avril de cette année. C'est que la madame. Pas de problème. Oui.
She might be in luck after all, but the final decision rests with French immigration.
Franchement.
We're trying.
C'est vrai, mais franchement, ici il y en a un problème.
Is one allowed to cuddle EasyJet staff? Is one allowed to cuddle EasyJet
You
staff?
can cuddle as many as you like, and we won't mind, honest.
5 ans après. Ça c'est... Merci, franchement merci. Hein. Au revoir.
That's a yes.
You are going to go, my little girl. You are going.
Can we,
Now we've got to try and get everything back.
French immigration have agreed to accept Debbie on her expired passport.
Oh dear. Hallelujah.
I started by saying that I had a little granddaughter who had had a major operation and was travelling to France, but her mother's passport had expired. And he said, was she travelling together on the same passport? And I said, no. So he said, there's no problem. So I said, but they won't let us through. He said, there's no problem, no problem.
Your office.
So you're happy
to go with her because
I
catheterise her and do all her medical stuff so she can go on her own. So.
And so if I give you this booking,
God.
can you reinstate it?
I'm very happy.
Very
happy.
Back in Bristol, the girls have noticed something's missing.
The only reason I haven't got it on is because it got really tight and I haven't worn it for years and I got a new one. We both got new wedding rings.
Don't worry, BB, I'll be there.
Yeah, don't worry, my love, I'll be faithful. That's why I haven't got one on.
Ten minutes after takeoff, and it's already time for the next round.
Well, I've started, so I'll have to finish.
Started, you mean to go on? Normally people drink tea and coffee first thing in the morning. Yeah, nothing this strong, but you've got to go for it.
Thank you very much, Debbie. And me.
Normally it's always tea, coffee, a bit of orange juice, but this morning vodka and Chardonnay.
My main aim tonight is just to have a brilliant time, and I want everybody else to have a brilliant time. And I have a good time, and I last out.
think they're going to be needing the old touche cloth for the tomorrow morning, I think. Cover up the old black bags.
Breakfast seems to have done its job.
Por favor.
In Belfast, team leader Stephen Smith is bracing himself for a stressful day.
This is going to be one of the busiest because all the flights are heavily booked and some are overbooked. We've also a bit short staff, we have a couple of people off sick, so it's going to be a bit of a stretch. So I'm looking forward to about 10 o'clock tonight.
And it's not long before the fun and games begin.
The 168 Luton, which should have gone out at 16:45, will now go out at 19:40. That's a delay of 2 hours 55 minutes. The later 172 Luton will now be delayed by 1 hour 15 minutes, going at 20:55.
No problem.
10 o'clock tonight is already looking a long way off, and things are about to take a turn for the worse. In Bristol, the Belfast flight has developed a technical problem, leaving both sets of passengers stranded. Captain David Ring is the pilot.
As we were taxiing out here at Bristol, there was an indication that one of the onboard computers had a fault, and so then we had to get the engineers out to further investigate. They're telling us it's going to be at least another hour, hour and a half before they're likely to be able to come up with a solution, and that will either involve them replacing a component that they perhaps have in stock here, or the aircraft may actually have to overnight while we get some replacement parts in.
The passengers are brought back into the terminal and given refreshment vouchers.
Hold in, please.
Thanks a lot. Lovely.
Please, passengers ready and waiting.
We ask all passengers to remain in the departure lounge, where next information regarding your flight will be given at 18:30 hours.
In Belfast, tempers are beginning to fray. Until the plane currently stuck in Bristol arrives to take them home, the passengers are going nowhere.
I've been here since 7 o'clock. It's a disgrace.
It's been a long day for us.
No. 7 o'clock I've been here.
You just called the Bristol
No, we're actually here at Bristol flight, I'm afraid.
Oh, 7 o'clock I've been here. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. Seize this up.
What you ought to have in here now is punch bags of Stelios, and that'll get rid of some of the tension, because it is not very good, is it?
Stephen isn't complaining as he's finally managed to clear check-in.
I love it when it's like this, and I love it when it's busy, so I appreciate it when it's like this, really do. So I'm looking forward to going for my break, which should have been about 3 hours ago.
But his break is delayed. Although this side of the airport's empty, angry passengers are still waiting in departures.
Never fly with you lot ever again.
All right. Cheers, mate. On behalf of easyJet, may we apologise for this delay and for the obvious inconvenience it has caused.
Sack a lot of it. What's he close? If you're late, we won't wait. Who's waiting now? Well, we've still got another area. And they embarrass us, giving us tokens for £3. All you got is a pop, one of them little cakes for that. Cost me £200 for 1 day. Is that taking the That is. You know what I mean? That's easyJet for you, they get away with murder.
Who's off when?
I'm off 11.
With the staff due to go home, Stephen needs to find volunteers to look after the delayed passengers.
Bristol goes and then...
And just as he thinks things can't get worse...
I think...
So you can do that.
We got 50p.
In Benidorm, there are no such problems.
This is your husband to take home tonight. This is the only man that you will take home tonight with you, okay?
Hey, Cheryl, Carol, this round. Oh, hey, I'm not going to fall over, innit?
Yay!
Nice look. Right,
It may be 25 years late, but Michelle's certainly making up for it. In Bristol, Captain Ring and the passengers are still waiting for news of their delayed flight to Belfast.
We were supposed to fly for 3:20. We've been told that we should be flying for 9:15. Apart from that, we know nothing. And at the end of the day, I'd rather be sat in here delayed than be 30,000 feet up in the air with a technical fault, and then we drop out of the sky and we're all dead.
And it's not looking good.
The aircraft's here for the night. The engineers are going to be working on it, I would imagine, most of the night, trying to get the problem sorted out. So this aircraft's coming from Newcastle, and we're about to jump on board and take our passengers back to Belfast.
If only it were that simple.
Well, basically, we've just heard that the flight that's just come in from Newcastle, which is to take us back to Belfast with our passengers from our earlier flight today, apparently has now developed a technical problem as well, which means that we could be, unfortunately, have further delays.
With safety the top priority, the engineers are called in to investigate.
Obviously, I want to know what the problem is. I have to have a chat to the engineers, and just because this captain has said that we can go with the problem doesn't necessarily mean that we're prepared to accept the aircraft. So obviously we need to get all the details before the two of us can make a decision as to whether we're prepared to take the aircraft to Belfast.
One of them days.
The passengers have now been waiting for over 5 hours, but at least some are putting a brave face on it.
It should be all right, we think, now, so should be gone in a minute.
With the technical problem solved, it looks like they're on their way at last.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please?
Oh, dear.
First of all, who said that easyJet wasn't an entertaining experience? We're all sat here now because one of your fellow passengers decided not to travel with us to Belfast this evening. Now, associated with that, of course, is the security risks, as we don't know if this particular passenger has got a bag on board. So that's the reason that Paul, the dispatcher, is making his way through the aircraft at the moment and asking for all of your ID so we can determine exactly who it is that's on board the aircraft. I've also, just one more bit of good news, I've been on the phone to operations and negotiated a complimentary drink for you all from the bar as well.
Despite everything, it takes a lot to get some passengers down.
After we queued for a while at the bar and found out that we couldn't use the vouchers, we could only get cold pizzas with our vouchers.
Red wine wasn't classified as a light refreshment by easyJet.
No, it wasn't. easyJet, yeah. You're the airline.
The missing passenger had simply given up waiting and left the airport without bothering to tell anyone.
One man went home, but he had no bag, so we're just going to get the guys over to push the tug, and he'll go.
6.5 hours late, the Bristol to Belfast flight is finally off. And in Benidorm, they're flying as well.
Where you from, girls? Where you from? Back home. Bristol. Who's the bride to be? Are we getting a song from Michelle? She's got to sing a song.
Come on, Mish, I want to hear you squeal! Without that reminds me, baby, of you. I really let you down. And next time I'll be true. People gonna pretend. She cries on every tune, every tune, every tune.
In Belfast, the flight from Bristol has finally landed, and the end of a very trying day looks to be in sight.
Y450 to Bristol. Your new estimated time of departure is 23:05, 11 p.m. easyJet would like to apologise for this delay and the inconvenience it has caused.
Yeah, at last we're going.
Oh no, you're not.
There is some problem. They haven't told us what it is yet. As soon as he goes to the big tech logbook, then we're all sorted. But first get these guys happy and then we'll worry about the rest of them. Gives 1 wee second. Bristol dispatch, 2 boarders.
Go ahead.
Okay, just put about a 15-minute delay out on this. We're just waiting for the engineers to give us the go-ahead. We're not too sure what's happening, but the captain just requesting 10 to 15 minutes.
As a matter of routine, safety engineers are called to check the plane.
Still here.
Wait for the riot.
Why are you having a laugh? Come on, I want to get over it. Come on, I've been here since 7 o'clock. Come on.
Just give us our job to do, sir, and we'll get you sorted in a few moments.
See you doing your job, right? Yeah, I've been here since 7. I only come over one day because we returned you quick. So see you doing your job, right?
We must apologise for the delay in boarding at this time. Unfortunately, the captain on board has requested an engineer to check something on the aircraft. We therefore do not anticipate release of the aircraft for another 15 minutes. We apologise once again for this further delay.
Let's have a discount now in our money, right? Yeah.
Luckily for Stephen, the engineers give the OK, and this time the flight really is ready to go.
32 standing. Sorry about that.
You got a free ticket next time you go with easyJet.
Do you reckon? Well, by the time I finished with them, there'd be no more flights.
For some, it's been an experience that will be hard to forget.
What about me, kid? I'm all right. Been here long enough, I'm tired.
139.
It's all right for you. I got another 2 hours journey. You out, right?
Okay, number 33 is Robins.
Cool, been here that long.
While for Stephen, it's the end of a very hard day.
Not a very pleasant day. Had better.
And as the Bristol flight leaves, there's still one thing for him to do.
I'm going to go and get my sandwiches for my dinner.
There's no left in the airport.
No, I bring them in made. I was just hoping to get them about 5 o'clock. It's now 10 to midnight, so I'm going to get them now.
Lucy May and family had a lovely holiday in France. The bunnies danced the night away. And Stephen finally got to eat his lunch. On board Airline, losing an aircraft in Luton.
There has been a real mess. There is no plane.
You tell me there's no supervisor?
Losing a supervisor in Belfast.
You're only a team leader, you're not a supervisor or a manager. I'd like to see a supervisor.
And losing the plot at 30,000 feet.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
There seems to be some almighty cock-up and the flight's cancelled.
It's early morning at Luton Airport, and care worker Jean Heel is about to wish she hadn't got out of bed.
Yeah, I'm pretty cross because I've just been got to the easyJet and I've been told that the flight's been cancelled.
The new winter schedules mean the flight she thought was at 12 o'clock has been replaced with another much later in the day.
And I've now got 22 kids at quite high.
easyJet insist Jean's travel agents were informed.
They should have had the emails to say that the flights had been changed and obviously in turn passed it on to you.
We're here today because we run this group for young kids who are young carers who care for someone in the family with a disability, right? And they decided a year ago, we run a club for them, that they'd like to go to Disney in Paris, and that was their wish. We said, you raise the money, you can go. And they have done everything to raise money. £12,000 these kids have raised to go to Disney. They've been super. They were, out their villages at 5 o'clock this morning to be here on time. We get here and the bloody flight's cancelled.
Jean's got to break the bad news to the children, but she has to find them first.
They were here.
Any baggage unattended. Unattended bags.
That's ridiculous. They were here. There they are. Listen, and listen carefully. There has been a real mess. There is no plane, right?
What? You're acting.
The plane, I am not. The plane is now at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I know. It's a total mess and it's either easyJet's fault or it's a travel agent's fault. But it's not our fault and we've got to find something to do.
Hopefully they won't cause too much havoc. They can wander around the airport, have a look at the aircraft through the windows, and we've got arcades for them to play in, and hopefully they'll be able to entertain themselves.
On an express train to Manchester, Bristol Airport's Kelly Roberts and Debbie Hopkins are setting out on a quest for fame and fortune.
I'm really nervous. I got a real bad butterflies today.
They've been picked from hundreds of staff to audition for easyJet's first ever television advert.
It's making me feel a bit better because we're going together, so we can hold each other's hands, but no, I still feel a bit sick.
We're going to get invited to all the film premieres, get to sign my autograph. I'm going to be the new Posh and Becks.
But before the girls start putting down payments on Rolls Royces, they'll have to get past the casting agents.
I'm really starting to feel nervous now.
Fantastic, there we go.
And they soon find they're not the only pretty faces from easyJet hoping to be set for stardom today. Over 30 staff have been called in for auditions and only 2 will get through.
It's an easyJet commercial for TV, yeah? And we're going to fit as many people as we can into the category as we can of the scripts that there are, yeah? Anybody want to volunteer to be first?
With no volunteers, Debbie finds herself first to take the plunge.
It's just absolutely hopeless.
Stranded at Luton, care worker Jean's charges are still a long way from the innocent fun of Euro Disney. The day ruined, Jean turns her fire on easyJet to find out who's to blame.
And this is the travel agent's instructions, is you need to give me evidence of your
That's
mistake.
what easyJet can do. They can send it to you via post or even email. If you're able to give them an email, then they have to do it that way.
You've got the internet.
We don't, as I say,
got
we've
the internet.
We don't. None of these are able to log
Well,
onto
it's a
the
very good
internet.
system for keeping you out the way of the fire, isn't it?
It's the customer service department. If
Well,
everyone else
it's really
tries
rubbish.
to get involved with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I'm not asking you to get involved. I'm asking you to notify them that
Yeah, but
easyJet
as I say,
has
they
made
should
a
be able to
total
see that
mess
for
because there's nothing that's gone to our travel agent.
I completely understand what you're saying, madame.
So that is easyJet's fault?
Yes.
If you're their customer representative, you could tell them that on our behalf.
But they can see that
But
on
you're
their
not
own.
representing anyone.
No, we're just helping the day-to-day
No, well, you're not
flights,
helping,
madame.
are you?
In Manchester, casting agent Michael Jackson is auditioning easyJet's Debbie Hopkins, along with David Riot and Miguel Garcia Simone, for the airline's first TV commercial.
That's great, guys. I'm just going to explain what I want you to try for me. I just want you to imagine that you're 2 guys sat in a white transit van, OK? All you're going to do is read the paper. You're just bored out your tree, yeah? Right. So what's going to happen is that a charming young lady from easyJet is going to tap on the window and say, "Come with me." And you're going to go, "Me?" She's going to get me. And she's going to take you away from the very stressful position, yeah? Right, OK? It's going to work a bit like this. As she opens the door, she's going to put her hand underneath your elbow and just smile at her, bring her... Come on. That's it. Come on. She's going to take you away from all this, yeah? 2, 1, go.
Come on.
Great. Now, he's just had to climb out... I was going to say, he's just had to climb out through the window, yeah? OK.
Come with me. Come on, come on. Come with me. I forgot to open the door again. Come with me. Come on. Come with me. Don't know. Come on.
Thank you.
It only took flipping 20 takes.
OK, you can escape. Thanks, guys. Well done.
Next, it's Kelly's turn.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I just open the door?
How are you? Sure.
Yeah, come this way. Yeah, come with me.
Well, it was nice. It was there was some almost like some affection there, which was you know, which was just nice and gentle and soft.
Did you forget to open the door? I forgot to open the door loads of times, and I dragged him out, you know, by his bicep. Come over here.
Yeah, and I did that as well. And he said, don't drag him.
No.
Both of them are good characters. The part that they will actually play in the commercial is only 3 or 4 seconds. So they've got as much chance as probably 20 or 30 of the best of the rest.
Yeah,
thanks for your time. Thanks for coming. Safe
Okay.
journey home.
Back off to Bristol, Debbie and Kelly will have to wait a week to find out if they're on the stairway to the stars. Bristol Airport's used to having celebrities passing through its gates, but when 28 Ozzy Osbournes turn up at once, it's clear that all is not as it seems.
We're just off to Magaluf for a stag weekend.
Last weekend, Michelle Bartley had her belated hen night in Benidorm, 25 years after she originally got married. A week later, and her husband Jeff is checking in for his stag weekend. He and his mates are up at 5 a.m. to bring Ozmania to the Mallorcan resort of Magaluf.
You're for breakfast.
I don't know, I reckon he's mad myself. Going for... You ought to see the woman he's marrying. I wouldn't marry her twice.
We're off to Magaluf to see the sea. And what do we see?
Goodbye, Bristol. Hello, Magaluf.
What's this? What's now?
I got to complete that.
The stags easily take to the rock and roll lifestyle, even though they're on a fraction of a megastar's budget.
You could tell Stelios his price is too dear. Ooh, I love it a lot!
The Aussies are breaking aviation rules by drinking their own booze on the plane. Luckily, steward Susanna Ragg's on hand, and in no time, she's got an orderly aeroplane, and the Aussies have a brand new fan.
Well, it's quite a privilege, really. It makes our flights more interesting. They're all quite dashing as well. We all made an effort this morning, especially with quite an early flight, so I'm quite impressed, really. Yeah.
At Luton, art promoter Tony James has missed his flight after a brush with security.
This is the first time I've ever flown from Luton Airport, and it will be the last, and it'll be the last time I ever fly easyJet, because I just cannot believe the system that you've got here, which is terrible, absolutely terrible. We checked in, we got here, the flight is at 10 to 5, we were late, but we got here at 10 past 4, checked in, went through, huge queues in security there. We've just got through, they picked me up because they said I had a pair of nail clippers, all right, in my bag. When he got to them, he said, oh, those nail clippers are acceptable.
Well, security don't exactly ring us and say, right, we have queues at the moment.
Well, they should do, because that's completely stupid, isn't it?
Well,
Isn't it? Admit it, come on. It's madness, isn't it? If you've got passengers being delayed to catch flights and security
that
don't
means
tell
they
you...
would be, security would be ringing each and every desk to say we've got queues here.
Well, why
and
don't they
there's
put
not
an
only
announcement out?
easyJet
You must
here.
have a system here that lets you know if there's a problem. So, next flight to
No, 'cause
Warsaw,
they-
please. Can you make sure we're on it? I believe there's one at 7:30.
Okay, unfortunately, the next flight to Warsaw isn't until tomorrow.
Oh, you're having a laugh. It's the flight at 7:30, according to your screens. Are you sure? 7:20 to... Next flight, 7:20 to Warsaw, it says.
It says 4:50, so it'll have to be 6:50 tomorrow morning, I'm afraid.
So what do easyJet do about that?
All we do is transfer you free of charge, sir.
Right, and what about where do I stay tonight?
And that's not up to us, I'm afraid. I can give you a hotel list and all that.
Right, well, as far as I'm concerned, you've been responsible. So the airport's been responsible for holding me up,
It's
making me
actually
late.
security, and you should have gone through as soon as we checked in, really, because if you're here
Right,
10
well, that's
past
what we
4
did. We did exactly what we were told to do.
Flying for the first time with easyJet, Mr. James has high expectations.
Now, I'm expecting a taxi to take me somewhere, put me up for the night and bring me back here for the right time tomorrow morning. You know, that's what I would expect any carrier to be responsible for.
Jeff Bartley's Bristol Ozzy Osbournes are in Magaluf, and the oldest stag party in town is soaking up the sun.
Well, it's my stag weekend.
which I don't feel I really had one the first time round when I married my wife 25 years ago. So we're doing it again, reconfirming our vows. We done a quickie sort of wedding the first time round. We just done it on a shoestring, and she didn't get married in white. That's the main thing. She didn't get married in her dress, her wedding dress. This time she is.
They've had 4 brilliant kids and they got 5 nice grandchildren, and they just must love each other because, well, who goes for it again? The same woman.
Just want to share their moment with everybody else.
Jeff's mates are determined that tonight they're going to give him a night to remember.
We feel like we would bite the head off any bat that happened to fly by. We are the Princess of Darkness.
Honestly, it never said nothing. It never said nothing about it, otherwise I would have got it, wouldn't I?
In Belfast, first-time flyer Stephen Byrne and his mother are off to London for his brother's wedding, but it's unlikely they'll be at the church on time.
As far as I was concerned, that's my ticket out of here, and that's it. Look, I didn't even look at that. Why would I want to look at it?
But do you have photographic ID?
No.
You don't have a driving licence?
I don't drive. I haven't got a passport.
We've got birth certificates, provisional driving licence, and a medical card.
I've got a bank book. I've got a bank book, a birth
We're only going to England. We're not going to Pakistan or whether all the bother is.
Unfortunately, we
Yeah,
cannot
but what
accept
we're saying
you
is
for
then,
travel.
the ticket shouldn't have been sold to us. We've got a ticket now, and we've paid £100 for it, and they're telling us we can't travel.
Obviously, if your man would have told me about it, I would have brought it all with me.
Yes, the comments are in the booking that the policy has been explained to you.
Love, honestly, if you would have explained it, I would have brought the things to me. He never said
Sir,
nothing
I
to
can only
me.
go by what's in the booking, and that we have it in the comments that we have explained the policy to
And what's he
yourselves when
supposed
you
to have
made
said
the
then?
booking.
He's told.
That the explained policy.
No, they never, love.
So, what happens now with the money that we've paid you?
What about that?
Well, I can't refund it because it's a non-refundable ticket, and I will have to give you an address where if you want a refund, you're going to have to write to them. There will be
So you're saying we can't fly it and we mightn't get our money back? Or
Well,
we might get our money
I
back?
will put a comment in the booking that you are telling me that none of this was explained to yourself. Then it will be, I'll give you an address to write to easyJet.
It's the first time we've flown and we didn't even know we needed photo ID, like. Surely you should have told us all that before. She said that he did, but he never. Otherwise, I would have got. Obviously, I would have got the things, wouldn't I? I wouldn't be that stupid to come out up here without it.
As night falls in Magaluf, the Princes of Darkness take to the streets.
Head turning fabulous. You're walking down the road and people's like, hello?
What's going on here?
Hello? What is it all about?
Osmania's breaking out wherever they go.
Everybody's happy with each other and everybody enjoy each other's company. We are getting on, and like this is a thing.
This
like,
is what it is.
This is the one-off.
Yeah, that's what it
and
is, yeah.
now we're never going to forget this, are we?
What's his name?
At Luton, art promoter Tony James wants easyJet to compensate him after he missed his flight. Supervisor Sam Jones has arrived to put him in the picture.
I've just rung the TDO, who's the airport duty manager, and I've just asked them if there were any problems with the queues at that time. He said, yeah, it was quite busy, but you were very late. So...
Well, it's after the horse has bolted. We've missed the flight. We're on the next flight. But what's going to happen tonight? I would expect you, having a responsibility towards your passengers, to do something for us overnight.
The responsibility ends at us transferring you onto the next
So you're
flight.
saying on camera you wouldn't do anything to help us, even though it
Well-
wasn't our fault that we missed the flight?
Well, that's a debate. It's up to you to make sure you get to your departure gate in plenty of time.
Right. Well, you heard it here. That's the way easyJet deal with their passengers.
And there's another surprise waiting for Mr. James in his bag of woes.
There's a £25 rescue fee
You're having a laugh.
per passenger.
They're having a laugh. Surely Mr. Stelios is having a laugh. Is that how he pays for all those Mercedes that he buys? We see running around everywhere. I think that's totally wrong. You can't say that. The airport can pay that because we were held up by the airport security.
That's what I've just been told, I'm afraid. So it's £50 for both of you.
We've done everything we can. The airport's done everything they can. They stated there weren't really any queues. Nothing that would keep them there for 20 minutes. And I think basically he's just missed the flight and it's his fault.
It says easyJet, the web's favourite airline. It doesn't say the passenger's favourite airline, does it?
I have phoned easyJet and they have said that they will not be able to allow you to travel.
Unable to get on his Belfast to London flight, Stephen Byrne has got the mother of all problems.
Try and make a refund through there.
Try and make a refund. So you sold me the ticket, and now you're refusing me to fly, and there's no guarantee that I'm going to get my money back.
Is there a supervisor here in the building today?
No,
you tell me there's no supervisor
I'm
and no
a team leader.
management.
I will be
You're only a
taking
team leader. You're not a supervisor or a manager. I'd like to see a supervisor.
Well,
we were sold this ticket. Never mind that, unfortunately. We want to see. You must have somebody on. They just want to put you off. I think we should do.
I have phoned easyJet. They are the people that we need.
But I'd like to speak to someone personally myself, rather than you speaking for me.
They have told me you need to write into this address.
Yeah, but I'm talking about today.
In future, you want to make sure that these are not sold without ID.
Even though your
You'll
man
take
says...
the money, but you don't want to let them fly.
Sorry that it has happened, but unfortunately...
Well, your man at the desk should have told me all this before that you give me this piece of paper.
Right, well, if you could write that all in your letter to easyJet then for me, please.
So
and then they will contact us.
I'll have to write to them. You've sold me the ticket, but I've got to write to them. Okay.
Yes. OK, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
It is one of the first things that passengers are asked, do you have photographic ID? They are all told when they buy tickets from the sales desk that they have to have photographic ID in the form of their passport or driving licence or citizen card.
She's telling lies. You've seen them on the television.
Your man's telling lies because he never told me the with the ID.
That's more the reason
he's not there. I can't speak to him.
Yeah, well, that's it. She should do that. She should let us know.
In Magaluf, the Ozzy Osbournes are having so much fun, one of them's forgotten to pay a bar bill.
Listen. Someone got around on the last pub, we're getting paid. Someone got a big round in that and they pay for it. €3 each. We got the euros.
It doesn't take long to find the euros or the culprit. And as the resort's notorious bar games begin, Jeff finds that in Magaluf, it's not only Ozzy Osbourne who can belt out the hits.
3, 2, 1, nice and quiet. Not bad at all. You look sketchy off the seat. Right, not bad.
And finally, what better way to thank Magaluf for its hospitality than for the wrinkly rockers to finish the evening with a free concert. Jean Hill and her young carers had a great time at Euro Disney, and easyJet has offered compensation for the delay. Tony James got to Warsaw but missed an important meeting. And bunny girl Michelle Bartley and Ozzy Osbourne Jeff renewed their vows at a ceremony in Bristol. On board Airline, a war hero's emotional return.
Sorry. That's hit me.
And one passenger just wants some space.
There you go. I don't know where it is. Let's get on the iron grow and go.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Last week, Bristol's Kelly Roberts and Debbie Hopkins were auditioning along with other hopefuls for easyJet's first ever TV advert.
Come with me. Come on.
Today, it's being filmed, and it's showtime for two of the stars.
I've had my makeup done and I'm leaving my hair down because it's lovely as it is. Yeah. And then Debbie's going to be next, and then we're going to go out onto location.
Joining the girls is easyJet's Jason Parkinson.
I'm going to be looking at this really short.
The surprise is they're going to take to the sky with the help of a 60-foot crane.
I'm pretty excited about it. You get to go all the way right up to the top.
And I'm a bit nervous.
The trousers look a bit tight.
From the back.
And the front.
As Jason returns to Earth, Debbie and Kelly are up next. The girls' feet might be firmly back on the ground, but their heads are still in the clouds.
That was brilliant.
Fantastic. I could do that all day long.
I can easily abolish those 4 o'clock starts.
Yeah. Do this instead.
Unfortunately for them, the day's finally over, and it's back to Bristol Airport. Over in Belfast, Nicola Borrow's taking husband Leonard to Nice for a surprise birthday treat along with some friends. Unfortunately, she's got a problem with her passport.
I didn't realise I've got on it before. And this is for his 40th birthday.
There's no way, because anybody could tamper with that, you know. It's an official document that can be tampered with in any way. The photograph can actually be pulled off.
Well, it's not. I think you know that yourself.
Well, I understand that, but you
100%.
I understand
We've
that.
got a party here, it's going away.
With the Liverpool,
yeah, but Liverpool's
Manchester
fine. That's not out of the country, is it? You're going to go through immigration procedures, and immigration will not allow you into the country with a damaged document like that.
So there's no way of reprieving this whatsoever then?
Not
how
at
much
all.
expense the whole hotel's paid for the flight?
There's no way that any airline would accept you for travel with a passport that is that much damaged.
Hold on, we've been on British Airways recently. British
with this passport,
with that passport, yes.
International, out of the United
the Manchester,
Kingdom.
No.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, that is the only thing I can say to you, sir. It's not a valid passport, as it can be tampered with.
With a faulty passport and check-in soon to close, things are looking bleak.
My mum's found another passport. It's an Irish passport, is that all right?
Yeah, but you're going to miss the flight.
I know that.
Is there any other flights out to next
But could you do us a favour? Will you help us out then somehow by getting us over to England on a flight tonight?
You'd have to pay for the leg over to England,
I know
and
that.
we transfer you over from England to Nice.
Sorry about this.
Luckily for Nicola, she has dual nationality and an Irish passport at home.
You could go out at 9 o'clock tonight and stay overnight in Liverpool, and then you'd fly on at 12:40 from Liverpool to Nice.
You don't mind?
Yeah, not at all,
Thank
no.
you.
Leonard's birthday seems back on track. With the tickets changed,
it's Gavin in.
And a friend delivering the passport, all they can hope for now is that it gets to them in time for check-in.
No, turn back away and just head towards the international airport. You can't miss it, Frankie.
It's probably touch and go at the minute. It's quite, you know.
Well, whereabouts are you?
He's lost.
He's lost.
This is the right airport.
Say it again, what? Whereabouts? Oh, happy days. Thank you, Frankie.
You're a star.
Bye, all the best. Thank you.
With the passport delivered, the celebration can finally get underway.
Run away.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Bye.
In Bristol, Kelly's finally got a copy of the TV advert.
Oh, God. That was fast. Should we turn it up?
Oh, so that's what you did?
Yeah, I did the flying bit, but I'm outside, me and Debbie.
And help make memories. So what are you waiting for?
Oh, there I am.
Oh, right at the back.
There was my feet.
Two little legs flying in there.
My feet are going to get a modelling contract. Let's see if I can press a pause button.
See you in full glory. Way.
Oh, look. There I am. There I am. And there's Debbie.
Ah.
Despite her brief appearance, Kelly seems happy with her acting debut.
I really enjoyed it. It was great fun, but it was a long day just for the one shot. But we had our own trader and cleared the set. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed it.
I'm getting away from my wife, and I just want to get out of here and get some space.
So
My wife needs space, I need space, so that's how I'm having it.
Unfortunately for Roy Thompson, passenger service agent Melanie Taylor thinks he's had a bit too much to drink.
You can't go today. I can book it for tomorrow.
Yeah, just book it for tomorrow, yeah. Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Well, no.
There's 6 on that one, that's the problem.
What's Alicante like?
Check if the next one is open now, so you just check straight
What?
into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, where is it?
Spain.
Is it?
Yeah. We've got Switzerland.
All right.
It's cold.
No, I want nothing cold.
Well, the warmest bit then is Malaga.
Malaga. Let's go Malaga.
Tomorrow?
Have Malaga.
Okay, what time do you want to go tomorrow to Malaga?
Whatever time. Fuck, I've got all night here, haven't I?
What time do you
Like
want to
a
go?
muppet.
7:20 or 19:30. The morning one's cheaper.
The morning one.
Do you want a return?
Yeah, good.
When do you want to come back?
Whenever.
When do you want to come back?
Whenever.
While some people travel on a whim, at Stansted, a group of 6 distinguished passengers are making a trip that's been years in the planning.
We'll be gate number 15, boarding time and your boarding number, sir. You're welcome, thank you very much.
Ted Newell is just one of a group of Second World War veterans travelling to Monte Cassino in Italy. It's the 60th anniversary of VE Day, and the heroes are returning to pay their respects.
The reason I'm going, more or less, is to go to Cassino, where a lot of my friends who was in the tank regiment were lost their lives, and their names are on tablets in the casino. I've never yet seen them, and I'm 87 years of age, and I'd like to see that before I go.
It's very important. I think it will sort of put my mind at rest a bit. Always wanted to go back, but I've never really felt I've wanted to, if that makes sense.
I've got a list of names of friends who I know, and those names I will look for on the tablets.
What's your personal opinion?
That you buy a single if you really want one, and get another one to come home when you know when you're coming home.
Thank you very much. Just a single.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
That sounds very nice.
Roy's finally decided on a flight to Malaga, but now he wants company.
Don't you fancy coming?
I can't, I'm working. Finish
What?
off.
What a sickie.
I can't. Finish
Jesus, come with me and have a crack. I need someone to help me. You want a drink?
No, thank you.
You sure?
I'm positive. I'm fine. Thank
Go
you.
and get you girls a drink.
No, I can't. No. There's your tickets. Are you going tomorrow?
That's my airplane. Malaga, where's that then?
It's in Spain.
I don't know where it is. Let's get on the iron and go.
Right, let's go and get some beer.
See you later.
Oh, I see what you mean now, climbing up. Yeah.
In Italy, Ted and the others have arrived at Monte Cassino Abbey. Scene of one of the Second World War's bloodiest battles. Over 250,000 soldiers were killed or wounded. For the veterans, it's very different from how they remember it.
This is a terrific building, compared to what it was, because when we arrived, it was still standing, and then the bombers came over and bombed it. We were here at that time, and quite a mess that made.
Well, if you look down below there and you see those trees, they weren't there at the time of the battle. They'd all been, it was pretty clear. And you imagine trying to take this position here. You couldn't dig in because the ground's too hard. You had to pile boulders up for protection. Looking back on it now, it's almost impossible, but it was done.
For Jack Stapleton, just getting to the top of the mountain is an emotional experience.
Well, what can you say? It's the end of all ends, if you like. This is the ultimate. It's lovely. Never thought we'd get up this place. So I'm quite, the common word is quite shocked about it. It's lovely.
That's right. That's right, yeah.
I tell you what, they've plastered the wall since we've been here.
But for Ted, the laughter's short-lived.
Then that's all, I'm afraid. Well, this list of these tablets with my mates' names on it. I was hoping to take photographs of it.
Said it was here.
Are they for an afro?
I would guess so.
Well, it's supposed to be a casino.
Well, we'll find that tablet.
On tablets.
Whatever else we do, when we get to the casino graveyard, we will find that tablet.
Right.
Okay? If we spend the rest of the morning there, we'll find that tablet.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's all I'm relying on. That's all I came for.
Unsure where the memorials are, they make their way down to casino, determined to find them.
That's mine. You want a man's one? Want a man's one?
Ted and the others have arrived at Casino War Cemetery. Somewhere amongst the memorial, Ted's hoping to find his friend's name. Meanwhile, Jack also begins his search.
I got it.
Atkin Bryan, leading aircraftsman, that's it. 14 F-13.
Berkshire, counties.
But with over 4,000 soldiers buried and remembered here, it's going to be a sombre task.
12. You give me a shout if it's over there.
It might be. There might be one of these things, a plaque of one of these things, might be.
Eventually, they find what they're looking for.
Thomas took me a long time, but I'm here.
Yeah, but if they were... Here he is, it's Jack Ackley. That's my mate. Oh, Lord, yeah. That's my gunner, Jack Ackley.
You know, that made my day now. That's worth the whole visit.
Touched. Sorry. That's hit me. We were together as a family right through the desert, right through Italy, and suddenly we lose them like that. It hurts. Oh dear.
Got a tear in my eye, but well, I've achieved what I set out to achieve. I'm happy.
I'll take your jacket.
I'm sorry. Only baby, you know.
It was a very moving experience, to be honest with you. You know, it's all been worth it. So I don't suppose I'll come here again, but this is what I set out for.
Roy made it to Malaga the next day, but just 2 days later, he was back in the arms of his wife. Leonard's birthday went with a bang, and wife Nicola is now expecting. On board Airline,
But that is the end of the story.
there's torture for passengers,
They know they've got us by the shorts and curlers in that we've got like 4 kids here at various ages.
terror for a well-known actor,
64 years of age and frightened of flying, and I do it every week.
Walking around in circles at the moment, it's a bit of a problem.
and the agony gets too much for a pilot with a dream.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Every year, 1 million people fly to Spain from Luton Airport. And today, one of Britain's best-loved soap actors, Mike Reed, is making his weekly trip to Malaga.
Luton. Gateway to the east. I've got an appointment with easyJet. I love Luton. I spent a year here one Thursday. I'm going to Malaga, and I'm going to go out there and have a few rounds of golf and get drunk with my mates for a week or so. It's lovely and clear today. It's normally packed.
As Mike checks in, he's spotted by passenger service agents Karen Hood and Jake Hilsden.
No, I'll ask him then. He wants to do the impression.
Hi, Mr. E. Can I have your autograph, please?
Yeah, Princess, yeah.
Thank
Who's
you.
it to, mate?
It's Karen.
K or a C?
It's a K.
You just push the camera closer to see if I can spell Karen. Yeah,
So I can't get one as well?
Yeah, sure, son, yeah. I hope you got an easy name.
It is, it's much easier. It's Jake.
Jake.
A word of warning, though. Collecting autographs can be hazardous.
I haven't been asked for an autograph for 400 years. And one thing I do love about EasyJet nowadays, they've got a policy in there, you can read it there. There is no weight restriction on hand luggage. So, excuse me. Will you check that in?
Over in Bristol, Kaplesh Amim is dropping off his daughters who are flying home to Alicante.
No, I travelled with her.
They travel both together.
Miss Emmeline and Miss Kay Amin from Alicante with easyJet.
Despite flying to Bristol without a hitch, the airline's now refusing to let one of the girls fly home. Under their regulations, 12-year-old Krishna shouldn't have travelled without an adult, and they aren't about to make the same mistake twice.
They come here, no problem.
Yeah, it was an error in Alicante. They shouldn't have allowed her to fly. So the only way that we can get them back is by an adult or 16 over purchasing a ticket and flying back to Alicante with them. Who's 16? Yourself?
I'm 15.
You're 15. So the 15-year-old is you're perfectly fine to fly back to Alicante.
That's where I come from.
With Mira able to fly but not act as guardian for her sister, Kaplesh has another idea on how to get Krishna home.
But if some passengers come here, why
Because
not?
they don't know them. That's not fair to give them the response. They don't know them. It's
They're
not
my children. I'm not risking my children.
Yeah.
But they have to. They go to school starting to.
Yeah, I know
Wonderful,
that,
yeah.
but for insurance reasons, we need the passengers to be 16 to accompany somebody else. And we can't ask another passenger to accompany them because they don't know them.
They shouldn't let them come on the first
They
place.
shouldn't let us come, and they're saying it's an error, and then we have to pay more money.
Back in Luton, the Mike Reed charm offensive is at full pelt.
All right, darling, how are you? All right, sweetheart. All right, governor. You got a pen?
Yeah, I've got a pen, darling.
Don't stab me with it, for Christ's sake.
My kids ain't going to believe this.
What's your name, Pat?
Barbara.
I'll put Babs, eh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Always remind me of a certain little lady I used to know.
Yeah, I know. Barbara Windsor.
That's it. You're very astute. Where you going? Anywhere nice?
Yeah.
Home? All right, darling? All right, sweetheart. All right, son, how are you?
Even the staff can't escape his charm.
Thank you.
You're a nice looking girl. If I was 2 weeks younger.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've checked the NOTAMs. Nothing en route.
Captain Jeff Berryman has been with the company for 4 years.
25, gusting 37, back into Luton.
And while for most pilots the demands of the job would be enough, this isn't the case for Jeff. He wants more.
Looks like it clears up, so we'll get out of the cloud, watch across the French coast. In easyJet, as a pilot, you're working in a very structured environment for very good reasons, because safety is number one. You follow all these strict procedures and formalities, and you don't have an opportunity to vent much of your creative side, and that's what my hobby is. It's a vent for all that creativity. Most of my flying, I go to Nice. I overnight in Nice, and that helps tremendously, and I can't wait.
But Jeff's new passion is a bit more extravagant than just a round of golf.
My hobby is a hotel restaurant in the south of France. It's a beautiful 12th century hotel, and it's a vision. I have a vision for what it's going to be, and I now need to win over the French to make it happen. That's the hard bit.
Back in Bristol, an anxious Krishna has one last trick up her sleeve.
Hello.
She's got Mum on the phone.
easyJet? Yeah, really. Okay, so actually it is all on the internet, the terms and conditions in black and white, and you did agree to the terms and conditions when you booked?
Yeah.
we staan nu aan een balie en dan moeten we gewoon wachten ook nog tot we aan de beurt zijn. Dus dat
I'm not prepared to be shut that down the phone.
Wacht even.
But the plan backfires.
Ja?
I just want to go back home and try and start my school. It's because it's really nervous. We're starting straight in Spanish school. We haven't learnt any Spanish because we had to come over to see my dad and everything. And it's just nervous and we feel so angry with each other. So.
I've never had a situation where they have already flown over. You get a couple of situations where people have booked tickets and not read the policy fully. And then they just buy a new ticket, but I've never had it happen when they've already flown over with easyJet.
With Krishna not able to fly, Kaplesh has had to make a difficult decision in sending his girls home separately.
Can you change your flight till tomorrow then?
Yeah, I can move the flights. The two girls will have to be...
No, the one will go today and one will go with my boy tomorrow
So
because
the
we
older
haven't got a
one will go
passport.
today.
Older one, she got interview tomorrow and she have to go.
It'd be £25 to move the other girl, and it'd be you have to buy a whole new ticket.
Yeah,
Me to price it up for you?
please.
I don't know.
It'd be £158
Return.
one way.
158. It's too much, isn't it?
As Krishna's starting a new school in Spain, Dad Kaplesh has to buy another ticket for a chaperone to fly her home, and he's not happy.
So I have to pay for your own mistake.
You'd have to take that up with the easyJet in Alicante or your travel insurance.
Because it doesn't say anywhere anything who fly or who don't fly.
There's actually 2 pages of this.
I never
Horrible.
fly with easyJet again because people have warned me, and I just thought because it was the last minute
That's
flight.
actually
that
paid
we
a
done.
high premium price we paid. Paid for 2 tickets, €647.
And it's just Alicante to Bristol. It's pathetic.
Mike Reed may be used to playing the tough man on screen, but at 35,000 feet, it's a different story.
I've never been a great flyer, so I always like a window seat so I can see what's going on. Not that that's going to do me any good, because I'm frightened of flying. 64 years of age and frightened of flying, and I do it every week.
Do you know Mike Reed's on board today?
I know, he's sitting on the front row.
I know. Gosh, I haven't seen him for ages.
I know. I used to like when he's
Do you get many celebrities on board? I've had very, very few while I've been flying.
I've had Brooklyn and Romeo Beckham going to Madrid.
Rachel
Stevens, the first week in flying.
Did you?
Yeah. She was lovely. She was really
I've
nice.
had very, very few on. In fact, I don't think I've had any but this one on today, so I'm going to have a chat with him.
I know,
Right, yeah.
I think people that watch soaps or any character spin a soap over a long period of time, they expect them to be basically what they are. And anybody who's been in a soap for any period of time are what they play. A lot of people think they know me, and a lot of they do know me.
One person who wants to get to know him a little better is stewardess Pam Clark.
Hello, Treacle. How are you?
Well, I never did.
Welcome on board this airline to Malaga.
It's my fourth wife. Last time we flew together, the plane had outside toilets.
That was a few years ago, then when you were on Comedians.
And we was married then, wasn't we?
Shh, don't tell everybody
It doesn't
that
matter.
we were married.
It doesn't
Now
matter.
the world will know.
It doesn't matter. 7 kids we had.
Oh no, I've got 2 more now, so that's 9.
That's 9 you've
Yeah,
got.
how many you got now then,
They're going to
darling?
bury you in a Y-shaped coffin. You know that? I'll see you later.
I'll keep you to that one. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you
babe.
again.
Lovely.
God bless.
Yeah, bye.
Lovely, ta-ra.
Bye.
I haven't got a clue who she is.
Auribeau, France. A sleepy village in the foothills of the Alps.
We've got a list of what we had to get done.
Captain Jeff Berryman and his wife Gwyneth have bought into a dream by buying the Auberge de Nosy Bay. But just days after taking over, Jeff got a nasty surprise.
We're here for about 2 weeks, and one day 10 police and firemen arrived, and quite frightening. They came in, they said, "We come to inspect the premises." Fine. So they walked in and walked around, and about half an hour later they came down and says, we're shutting it down. Our gas and plumbing system was a fire hazard. There was actually no earth in the building for the electrics, so it was a serious safety hazard.
To be told that we're being closed down for something that we really had been unaware of was just awful.
Having invested nearly £500,000 in the hotel only to have it closed down, Jeff's hopes of opening now lie with the most powerful man in the village, the mayor.
He can basically override decisions of other government departments and take responsibility on his own back. The mayor's visit is nerve-wracking. We've known about this visit now for quite a while, and we've known the date. And it's tomorrow, and it's a worry. I don't think I've had as an important meeting as this one ever before. This is big time.
Every year at Belfast International Airport, a staggering 70,000 people fail to turn up for their flights. To miss one, now that's unfortunate. But to miss two, that's just careless.
Missed that flight and all.
Meet the McGovern family.
Because you've already had a free transfer, the only way that you can go on the later flight is to buy whole new seats.
Well, that monitor that we were sat next to needs checking out then, because it's
but
giving
you
wrong
are told
information.
to be at the gate at least 30 minutes before departure, and every other passenger made it to that aircraft.
You want to go and check that monitor then?
It still says it now.
Still says it now.
Regardless
Still
of what it says on the monitor, you are told
who's
to be at the
responsible
gate,
for the monitor?
the airport, but regardless of what it says,
Well,
you are
whoever's
told
responsible for that monitor needs to go and sort it out now, because otherwise other people will do it as well. Whoever's done that is responsible for missing that flight.
Tonight, you're going to have to buy 10 new seats if there's 10 of you. How many of you are travelling?
6 adults, 4 children.
Okay, the children will pay the same price as the adults. 4 seats available at £87.99, 4 seats available at £107.99, and 2 seats available at £127.99. There are only 11 spare seats on the aircraft.
Yeah, can we have a manager out, please?
Yeah, no problem.
Having been quoted over £1,000 for the 30-minute flight back to Liverpool, Sean McGovern isn't happy.
That monitor is obviously incorrect. Bottom line is, whoever's responsible for that monitor is responsible for us missing our flight. If it's my fault and my mistake, I'd hold my hand up and pay whatever it costs to get on. That's my own stupid fault.
In France, it's crunch time for pilot Jeff Berryman. Today, the mayor inspects the Nosy Bay, and if it doesn't go well, the hotel will remain shut over the summer season, and Jeff will face financial ruin.
Today's really serious day, this one. Today decides whether our last 6 months was worth it or wasn't, whether this was a big mistake or whether we've done the right thing. So the mayor's coming down at 11 o'clock, and the chefs are up early this morning, and everybody's on edge because today decides whether we're open tomorrow or not.
We're just getting paperwork ready and everything for him to inspect when he comes down. He'll do a bit of a walk around and check that all the jobs have been finalised. So, yeah, a bit nervous today.
With time ticking away, the pressure on Jeff is clear to his handyman, Croc Sinclair.
I think he's a little bit nervous, but it's a big step today. A lot of hard work's gone in, and if everything doesn't go well, it's egg on a lot of faces.
Jeffrey?
You looking for me?
Yes.
Yes.
You haven't brushed the fire escape.
Ah.
I think he's a bit stressed, but that's Jeffrey. Being a pilot, he's always a bit stressed.
In Belfast, the Liverpool flight's airborne, but without the McGovern family. Having arrived too late for their first flight, the reason they missed the second flight is possible monitor malfunction. Supervisor Stephen Smith arrives to investigate.
Yeah, well, whoever's responsible for that monitor...
Yeah, that's the airport.
Well, whoever's responsible for that is responsible for us missing our flight, not us.
Well, no, it's actually your responsibility
well,
to be in the gate.
Well, how do we go to a gate when we don't know what gate it is?
Those are just additional information. Well, the other 126 passengers...
Well, I don't dispute that. They're obviously not sat at the monitor we were. Whoever's responsible for that monitor, as I said, has caused us to miss that flight.
Right, where is the monitor?
I'll show you. I can only... Where the Burger King is. Where the Burger King is, yeah. That monitor is incorrect.
There's only one way to find out for certain, so Stephen checks the monitor printout.
Hi.
Right, Are we sorted or not?
Well, we've confirmed that the screen actually shows up there. I can give you this information.
Right.
This is a printout from that screen up there.
That screen, right.
Right.
Yeah.
It shows that it was final called your flight at 18:51.
That's right, and that's
Right.
the first time it came up as well.
Right, and the flight left at 19:30.
19:30? Well, what's going on then?
You delayed it by 20 minutes.
Although he's seen the evidence, Sean is far from convinced.
They know they've got us by the shorts and curlies in that we've got like 4 kids here at various ages. They know full well that we'll want to get home, so they'll use that to their advantage.
The passengers were offloaded. The flight was delayed trying to find them. Members of staff were looking up around the cafeteria area as well as putting calls out. So we had to offload the passengers, and the flight was delayed then because of that.
It makes me feel very, very bitter that their insistence on it being our fault and our fault. Nobody will hold up and say, look, 10 people have missed the flight. We didn't sit about missing our flight on purpose.
Meanwhile, in France, Jeff and his maitre d' Olivier are anxiously waiting for the mayor.
So hope he's in a good mood today.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
Like all the time. We hope so. Where is he? Where is he? Have you seen his car today?
Yeah, it's there.
Is it? Okay.
I think it's a meeting.
He's in a meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a bit nerve-wracking, this. And I'm walking around in circles at the moment. It's a bit of a problem. Yeah, so fingers crossed.
The mayor's now on his way to decide the fate of the auberge, but Jeff still hasn't finished clearing up.
If today's a yes, then it was all worth it. Today's a no. I should have been down the beach. Should have done something else. So I'll let you know.
2 missed flights later, the McGoverns are facing a bill for £1,000. However, Stephen's doing his best to help.
I'm going to give easyJet a call just to see if there's anything else we can do. But the policy would be you'd have to buy a new seat, so we'll have a look anyway.
What trouble with him again?
Never.
Never.
Again. It's amazing how it goes round and round and round and round and round as well, because...
Okay, easyJet have suggested that because there's 10 of you, they will offer you the rescue fee, and rather than having to buy the new seat, they will offer to transfer you, all 10 of you, to a later flight for £25 each.
Despite just saving £750, the McGoverns aren't satisfied.
Is it on time?
Can you guarantee we're going to get on it?
I'm just going to have a look.
What date would it be? And will it be on the monitors? We've come to this compromise at £25 a ticket. It's costing the 10 of us 250 quid to get back, which is, as I said, better than £1,000. Bottom line is, I still do believe that whoever is responsible for that monitor is responsible for us missing the flight.
We actually saved them about £750 there, but I don't know whether they didn't realise or whatever, but they just didn't say thank you, but that happens.
Bonjour.
Ça va? Ça va. Bonjour, ça va?
It's the moment of truth for Jeff and Gwen as the mayor arrives to inspect the renovations.
Ah mais vous avez...
Il fallait fermer.
Vous avez tout respecté.
Voilà.
With everything being checked with a fine-tooth comb, it's hard for Jeff to gauge the mayor's reaction.
I can't tell by the way he's a very serious character. He's walking around and just nodding.
The inspection's finished and it's decision time. Hundreds of thousands of pounds and 6 months of hard work are all at stake.
Qui autorise la poursuite de l'exploitation de votre auberge, parce qu'elle est conforme à la réglementation en matière de sécurité. Alors c'est très bien. Félicitations.
Merci.
Et puis je vous remets donc mon arrêté.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
It's a yes. Months of uncertainty are finally over. At last, Jeff can relax.
C'est conforme, vous pouvez travailler.
That's good news. Very good news. Well, I feel ecstatic. It's like this massive weight come off the shoulders, and I feel quite light. It's just fantastic.
À notre santé, à votre santé et à la
One of the
prospérité
best
de
days
votre
I've had.
établissement.
Merci. The mayor's decision means that I can live the dream I first saw. The dream is complete. We're away. It's fantastic.
Happy hot delay.
Mike Reed enjoyed a relaxing week's golf with his friends. Krishna flew to Spain the next day with her older brother, but at a cost of £350. And the Nossi Bay opened for business. On board Airline, a date with destiny.
Because it's Friday the 13th today, and that was always in the back of my mind, and I just expected something to go wrong, and it did.
The luck of the Irish runs out.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
And a strike leaves passengers stranded.
I sympathise with the baggage handlers. I sympathise with it, I really do. I just don't like it when it happens to me.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
A date that strikes fear into millions.
Oh gosh, Friday the 13th. Try not to think about that too much, I think.
I am superstitious, yes, very much, and especially on Friday the 13th, because I'm scared of flying.
And it's not long before the first haunted-looking passenger arrives at the sales desk.
So I normally give myself plenty of time, but today there was a bad crash on the M1, so it was about a 10-mile tailback, and it took me about 2.5 hours to clear.
Keith Frist is hoping to get to an important business meeting in Madrid.
I've missed my flight to Madrid. Hopefully, well, it's going to be close.
Have you got any bags?
I've just got hand luggage.
You lift it up? Yes. Is it just yourself?
It's just myself, yeah.
It's just one rail. We can get you onto that one, and it's because it's a little bit delayed.
Thank God for that.
Okay.
You're a star.
Yeah, but not me. You need to go straight through to departures, boarding from gate.
Yes. Okay, bye.
Where are we?
14.
Yeah, around about that. Yeah,
Okay,
just go straight
cheers.
through. So basically, it was the Madrid flight. He turned up well after his check-in was closed, but because there was a delay, I tried to get him one there, and we could.
Because it's Friday the 13th today, and that was always in the back of my mind, and I just expected something to go wrong, and it did.
It's been a lucky ending for Keith, but for others, Friday the 13th is proving less fortunate. Over in Belfast, a hen party is heading for Blackpool, but one of them has had her feathers ruffled.
And I didn't realise, if I had known whenever I was booking this here, that we had to have our passports. I didn't read that there. Like, is there any way you can do anything for me?
No. So whenever you get your passport, if you come over to us, we'll transfer you on to the next available flight.
So the next flight is 6 what?
6:25.
After 20 to 5?
After 10 past 5. You'll need to come back to me when you get your ID, and then we'll transfer you to the next flight. Okay?
Thanks. We're all going to hen party to Blackpool. I've got my student card, I have 2 student cards, I have 2 bank cards, I've got a library card, you know, and they're not going to accept that. I'm not very happy at the minute, but the girls have all helped me out. It's Friday the 13th.
With no ID, the girls have a whip round to help her out.
There's a taxi man going up to my house to collect it, and he's going to beat up the road, hopefully at 90 miles an hour. Hi girls, really, thanks.
The girls are going to go on without her and wait for her in the airport, but she's not at all happy about it, having to wait.
I'm just praying that this taxi man will be up before at least 4:30, because if I miss this check-in, they're not gonna hold the plane for me. Like, they're not nice at all, people.
All we can say is, hurry up, Claire!
The next flight Claire can take closes at 4:40, and that leaves just 1.5 hours for her passport to arrive. In Belfast, Claire Reynolds has been waiting for an hour and a half for her passport to arrive.
Come on, where are you?
A taxi's bringing it from Omagh, 60 miles away. If it doesn't arrive soon, the hen weekend will be ruined. Check-in closes at 4:40 and that's just moments away.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
If she's not here in 5 minutes, she'll miss this flight.
I've rang him and he's like, oh, he's off the motorway. I don't know what speed he was driving at, but it's taken him nearly 2.5 hours. Thanks a million. You're a darling. Oh.
But with Claire's flight about to close, every second counts.
Not going to get under the 6:25 now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, check-in closed. You say 10 minutes to go for the 5:10.
Is there a way I can get in, please?
Afraid not. You've a bag, you see. We're not actually allowed to accept late passengers. So it'll be the 6:25.
Is there no exceptions?
Afraid not, no.
Not one exception at all?
No, not for anyone. Rules are the same for everyone.
I can't believe this. Having to pay £25 and like the plane's not even away yet.
But in all due respect, you did forget your ID, madam.
I know I did, but I have it now. I had to pay £70 for a way taxi.
We cannot get you on the flight. Check-in does close 30 minutes before departure and we don't accept anyone for travel after that time.
It's totally ridiculous. I thought this airline's a joke. I can't believe this. Another hour and a half.
Yeah, just
Is there any way I can
With Patsy following company policy, the only person that can help Claire is Supervisor Stuart Truelove.
I have to pay another £25 and I've booked my ticket.
Why did you have to pay the £75 because you forgot your passport?
Yes.
So that's not the
But
lady's fault?
I know it's not her fault, but I can't help getting frustrated. I'm totally broke and I have to now wait. And the girls have to wait in Liverpool.
Gareth,
Yeah.
that Liverpool's delayed, is it?
That's not
Alright, not a problem, thank you. Easy, I've just surprised you, they're going to help you then.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I'm getting on,
After your ID, please.
Yes, oh, here, I've got it.
What about now? Because we must, but we must, please help me.
You're holding on to that, and then you're taking the bag just where it says outside baggage.
Okay.
Then you come back around this way, it's gate number 14 you're heading
Thank
towards.
you very much.
Alright, have a nice weekend. Alright.
There was a slight delay on the flight, so she was very lucky and managed to make. We actually got her on the flight, which was very lucky.
At the end of the day, it suits the passenger and ourselves that we can get them on and get them away. Everyone's happy.
Up in Inverness, a very special passenger is about to board. Former England international and Charlton legend, Albert Sailor Brown.
Hold on tight. I don't want to lose you at this stage.
He's to be guest of honour at a centenary dinner at Charlton Athletic, his old football club.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, this is an adventure, isn't it?
Bert's most famous appearance for Charlton was the 1946 Cup final.
Can we have your attention? We have a special passenger on board today, an ex-footballer who used to play for England and Charlton. Please welcome on board 89-year-old Bert Sailor Brown.
Hey!
Every time I see that one, I think, God, you never did have a lot of hair, did you?
No, I didn't. No. Mr. Brown, it was a pleasure having you on board. Sorry we couldn't invite you in the cockpit. Have a nice celebration. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
During the flight, Albert reminisces with his daughter Julie.
England v France, Wembley 1945-46. England won 3-1.
Yeah.
Who's that handsome chap?
It's me, yes.
Bert was affectionately known as Sailor Brown for one good reason.
It's because of his gait, his walk. And he's got extremely bandy legs. How he ever managed to kick a football, I'll never know. But,
That's
yes.
not fair.
He actually played for Notts Forest, Aston Villa and Charlton, of course, in England. Yes, I don't think I've missed anybody out.
Don't forget England.
Don't forget England.
Tonight, Bert's visiting his grandsons before heading off to the valley tomorrow.
Here we go, here we go,
Oh, here we go.
here we go,
Here we go, here we go.
In Belfast, there's a problem at the sales desk.
Right, we've landed from Gatwick. There's about 30 of us over the other side. I have an 11-week-old baby, and I've one bottle left. Okay, my husband's over the other side. Okay, we had a great flight and everything, no problem. All I want to know is where is our luggage? I have no pram, no car seat, no golf clubs, which is even worse. All I need to know is it worth waiting tonight to find where the luggage is, and for somebody to ring Gatwick and find out and help that girl over there, because everyone is really hacked off.
Sales desk to Stephen.
Go ahead.
Stephen, there's a passenger here. I was wondering, can you come and have a word with her, please?
Caroline waits for Supervisor Stephen Smith. With no car seat for the 11-week-old baby Michael, they can't leave the airport. And with no golf clubs, Caroline's husband Phil won't be playing in a golf tournament tomorrow, the whole reason for their trip to Ireland. It's the big day. Charlton's centenary celebrations are underway, and it's not long before Bert's spotted by an autograph hunter.
Well done, Dave.
It's the oldest one you'll ever get.
Having made the journey to the valley, Bert heads straight to pitch side to meet his old teammates.
Made it. Yeah.
When I came here in 1953, he was, of course, he played in the cup final. And his famous story was he fell out with the directors, apparently, and the directors got rid of him. And when he came back to play for another side, he scored a goal, and he come and skipped in front of the old director's box and went,
Sailor Brown.
Sailor also scored for England in the famous 6-1 thrashing of Scotland in 1945. Caroline and Phil Redmond have got no luggage, and Supervisor Stephen Smith is on the case.
Apparently Gatwick baggage was on strike this morning. Apparently they can't confirm when any bags are going to be coming over, whether they're going to be the next flight, the one after that, or whether it's going to be tomorrow.
Okay.
Is there any way I can contact you, give you any information as soon as we get it, like a telephone number or mobile?
I can't go anywhere without a car seat.
Without the car seat?
Is there a chance, do you think, from your experience, that they might just by happen, they might load all the luggage up onto the next flight?
No, because if it's missed the flight, then there's paperwork to do and so on, and if they're snowed under because there was a strike earlier, I imagine there's more and more baggage. So I wouldn't hold my breath for it. Okay, let me go up to arrivals and I'll see what I can do, okay?
The Redmonds have spent half a day of their 3-day holiday stuck in the airport. They're desperate that their luggage will arrive on the next flight.
If the car seats and the golf clubs and that aren't on the next flight, I don't know what we're going to do, because we can't go back because there's no car seat the other side and there's no this side, and unless there's a late night shopping centre near here where we can buy one, then we're in stuck.
Well, there's good news and there's bad news.
Yeah.
They haven't made this flight, so they're going to be on the second flight. Now, that one's not due in until 10:20. I've been on the phone quite a few times to Gatwick and trying to chase them up, but they weren't able to get them processed in time for the 8:35 flight.
Next flight, not this one. Next one, last one. Definitely on it.
What time?
10:30. If it's not on the next flight, I think that's when we get umpy.
I sympathise with the baggage handlers. I sympathise with you, I really do. I just don't like it when it happens to me.
But when the 8:35 flight arrives from Gatwick, there's a glimmer of hope.
There was a bit of confusion. One message from Gatwick said that they were on this flight that's coming in. Another message said they were on the last flight, so just fingers crossed that they're going to be on this first flight.
So will they come over on the normal belt?
Yeah, they'll come in on the belt with the Gatwick bags. The rest of the Gatwick bags is with that flight.
With baby Michael down to his last bottle of milk, Dad Phil is first in line for the baggage.
tell me good news.
Oh, I'm crossing my fingers just like you. You know as much as I do at the minute, unfortunately.
No. Oh, here it is. It's the cheaper version. This is the little fella's seat.
Baby seat recovered and immediately forgotten as Phil reveals his priorities.
Now we're waiting for mine.
And his anxieties. He's been parted from his treasured golf clubs for nearly 6 hours.
This is nerve-wracking, I know how it feels for you.
just sitting there looking at it. Yes, that's out the propaganda part's out now. The rest of them come to daddy.
No, I'm getting worried.
Come to daddy. Get him now. Come to daddy. Here we are. How sad is that? I'm happy to hear, I am.
Not half as happy as I am.
Listen, thank you very much for your help.
Thank you for being so patient.
No,
okay.
Thank you for your assistance.
Great.
Get him now.
Excellent, at last.
Let's put the little fella in.
Jesus. Oh look, they've put it on priority.
So it's good when it works out like that, because it's bad that they've had to wait so long, but they've been very, very patient, so it's great when we can actually do something and get them as quickly as possible for them, and they don't have to wait for another flight to come in. So yes, great. Very relieved.
Aviance apologise for the inconvenience caused.
Back at Charlton Athletic, it's Sailor Brown's big moment.
We have the one and only Albert Sailor Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you?
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Brown. Well done, sir. Fantastic, and thank you very much for coming. So, as a young lad, there we are. You lost your hair early, didn't you?
Yes, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Sailor Brown, a clever inside forward, a real character. A real character, bandy legs, but he always held his head up high and he hoodwinked defenders.
He was a ball player like Stanley Matthews. If he got the ball, he could control it and beat a player.
He's running about with his head up, and they think he's not looking at the ball, but he'd flick his foot out, and it was in the back of the net.
He's a legend. As everybody keeps telling us, he's a legend.
Claire made it to Blackpool and joined her friends for a great night out. And the Redmonds didn't lose any sleep at all over the slow start to their holiday. On board Airline, 'tis the season to be jolly.
Happy Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Happy Christmas!
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's Christmas!
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Over at Bristol Airport, doting dad John Cosgrove has lost something dear to him.
I want to know where my son is.
Have you tried ringing him, sir? Have you got
Yes,
a
I
mobile
have.
phone?
He has a mobile. I can't make a connection.
His teenage son Jude hasn't arrived back from a week in Prague, and John wants to know why.
Did he get to the airport and arrive late? That's all I want to know.
But how can we tell you that?
No, but they will know in Prague.
Yeah.
They will know if somebody
All right,
arrived. Now, he wouldn't tell me because of these spurious security issues. You're not telling me because of these spurious Data Protection Act.
Okay, we've explained to you the police officer will be coming over now, and that's all we can do for you. We cannot tell you whether he checked in on that flight or not.
With staff at both Bristol and Prague sticking to the rules, John is getting nowhere fast.
Well, the problem is my son went to Prague with 4 friends. I've come to pick him up from the airport. 3 of his friends are on the plane, he's not. There's no way I can get in touch with him. These people here could, but they've said no for security reasons. Perhaps somebody at easyJet or somebody somewhere could explain what the security issue is that prevents me from knowing whether my son is at Prague airport or not.
Well, I mean, we don't actually know who this gentleman is. I mean, it may be his father, it may not be his father, so giving out information on passengers coming in on one of our aircrafts is not something we do.
John Cosgrove has lost his son. The police are on the way, but in the meantime, he cross-examines his son's friends.
Other places that he might have gone?
Couldn't tell you, really.
No.
He was running around all night.
What happened was we came back from the bar and it was about 4 and I went to sleep and he was just like, oh, I'm not ready to go to bed, I'm going to go out with his girl he met.
This girl, I mean, what was she? Was she Czech? Was she...
She was Australian.
Australian? Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, was she staying there for longer?
Yeah.
And do you know her name?
She's called, I know her first name is Melissa. I'm just called Millie.
Here's the airport police.
Hi. Lost a son?
Yeah, in Prague. Apparently, the 4 of them were staying in a hostel in Prague. He went out for a walk this morning and didn't get back in time to make the plane, to catch the flight. Now, all I want easyJet to tell me is, did he arrive at the airport in Prague after the plane had gone? They won't discuss it with me for security reasons.
Yeah.
What security reasons?
Well, it's actually data protection.
Well, that would apply here, but not under Czech law. So what's the data protection issue?
But you're here.
What is the data protection issue?
Well, the data protection issue is that you're asking them for data that's stored on a computer. And it's not data about you, it's data about somebody else.
Are you telling me there's no way I can find out?
I will make some inquiries for you if you can just give me some details.
OK.
With Bristol's finest Sergeant Martin Pitt on the case, it's not long until the missing Cosgrove is tracked down.
So
they've all booked separately, and that
no
Cosgrove isn't even
He's not
booked
even
on a
booked.
flight.
He hasn't booked a flight.
That's all he sees.
Where's his outbound? When did he fly out? Did he fly out on the same day as these guys? There we go. Jude Cosgrove. So come back until tomorrow.
Tomorrow he flies back.
He's been to the airport.
He's been to the airport?
He's booked a flight tomorrow.
OK, thank you very much. He did arrive at the airport late, and he's on the plane for tomorrow. So, would it be nice?
Same time tomorrow, Mr. Cosgrove.
Great, thank you very much, thanks.
Because we have a protocol with the airport.
That's
so
right.
they can tell me, they can't tell you.
Thank you.
Sounds incredible, but...
Well, not only sounds incredible, I think they're misinterpreting the law, and I think they've given me an hour of worry needlessly. But thank you for sorting it.
It's OK.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
It's Christmas Eve, and the easyJet staff are bracing themselves for more than just some fancy footwork. Even old hand Jane Bolton has never seen anything like this.
In the 8 years that I've been here, this has been the busiest Christmas time for me. We had over 8,000 passengers yesterday. I think we're probably looking at between 8,000 and 10,000 today, and it's just been absolutely bloody manic.
It's Christmas!
Festive Brummie rockers Slade are heading to Glen Roth's, 40 miles north of Edinburgh, for a sell-out gig, but not before giving Leo his own special rendition.
Here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Everybody, look to the future now, it's only just begun.
Yesterday, John Cosgrove tried to collect his son Jude, who failed to show up on a flight from Prague.
I want to know where my son is.
24 hours later, Dad's given up and gone home. And with the last Prague flight before Christmas just landed, there's just one question. Did Jude make it?
He was meant to come back from Prague yesterday. Missed the flight, so I'm checking if he's on there today. Yeah, you got 101 people on the flight, and he was number 101 to check in, so he was the last person to check in.
Jude's made it home, but only just.
You're 19, you don't learn at 19, do you? Really?
I did meet an Australian girl, and I was a bit too drunk to really weigh up the pros and cons of the situation, so here I am today.
He may have made it back as far as Bristol, but Jude still has one minor problem.
Do you know if Dad was planning on coming up to pick me up today, or not?
That's a no, then. He'll have to make his own way home. Up in Newcastle, ticket agent Emma Elwood's preparing for some big changes.
Today is special because it's my last day. It's my last shift here, working on the sales desk. In 3 weeks' time, I'm starting my training with easyJet to be cabin crew.
But before she leaves, she's got some very important passengers to look after.
Today's special as well for the Swaddle family, who's here at Newcastle to travel out to Barcelona on an easyJet aircraft, which we've named in honour of their late son. Daniel wanted to become a pilot for a commercial airline. So I'm just going to stick with them and make sure that they're all right and that there's no problems when they're boarding the aircraft and that everything goes smoothly.
Last year, Paul and Judith Swaddle lost their first son to cancer. Daniel was only 17.
No, they'll be taken off that way because they landed that way.
And not only was it his ambition to fly, at 17 he was one of the youngest qualified pilots in Britain.
He passed all his flying exams and was a qualified pilot. To certainly at the age of 16, he was allowed at that time to go out and fly single-prop aeroplanes on his own. I think this really is just a great way of paying tribute to him and recognising his efforts and his achievements. Every pilot that flies this plane is going to know the story, is going to talk about Daniel, and I think that's fantastic.
With the Swaddle family safely boarding the Barcelona flight,
Oh, I will do, cheers.
Emma can breathe a sigh of relief.
So it was a great pleasure to be involved in to a family, especially on my last day. It was such a privilege to see them board the aircraft and take off to Barcelona.
With the Swaddle family well on their way to Barcelona, it's finally time for Emma to leave her ticket sales job behind.
Take care. You want the Christmas party?
Yeah, of course I am, man.
But it won't be her last day working for the airline.
In 3 weeks' time, I'm starting my training to be cabin crew. I'm looking forward to the new challenge, something different. But yeah, I'll miss everybody who I work with.
One person who'll miss her most is boss Helen Bramley.
Hello. Hello. Oh, thanks, Helen. Oh, don't do that because I'll cry, I tell you.
Do I read it to you?
Yeah, she needs to read it to you for
Yeah, go on then, go on.
I read it out to them to see if it made sense, right? I started to cry, so forgive us. I've known you, Emma, for all these years, and in that time we've sunk some beers. But will you ever forgive or even talk about the time we watched you go wing walk?
Oh my God!
That secret was the biggest yet, and I doubt that we'd be ever allowed to forget that we plotted the scheme to get you there, so don't ever mention it another day. A model you became in the fashion show, and after Jamie had searched high and low, a bride you became and blew him away. My God, that was a hectic day. And for now, my friend, I wish you every success, flying around Europe, but I confess that I'll miss you so dearly.
Stop it.
But go with this thought. Watch out for the passenger that made you wing walk.
Oh, thanks, Helen.
Come around.
How long did it take you to write that?
About 6 weeks.
And I've got mixed emotions. I feel happy that I'm going, but I feel sad because I've become really good friends with the girls. I've been here for so long, I feel like part of the furniture.
On board Airline, Mummy's boy.
Hello, Mum. Right, we're going to Edinburgh. I don't know, just get somebody to pick me up for Edinburgh, for Christ's sake, will you?
And it ain't half hot, Mum.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some the bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
In Luton Airport, there's revolution in the air.
I'm not saying that either, but I rang the desk when the check-in was closing and said, do you have any more niece passengers? They said no.
Excuse me, miss, you should stay there until the very last minute when the flight shuts.
You were there at 45 minutes before, and you said that 45 minutes before.
I phoned them at the time the check-in was supposed to close.
You said 30 minutes before.
Yes, that's when the check-in closed.
Before.
You can't get on that flight, so I have explained that to you.
Yes, but I'd like to speak to someone who will
There is no one, I am the person in charge.
I think the mistake is to mix up two flights together, because it's confusing. They board people on the same flight. If there was one queue dedicated to Nice.
I am cross because I walked there, gate 50 stood there. You know?
Yeah, but if you were running slightly behind schedule, then we do a last minute then.
It should have been changed up on the screen as you walked in. It was gate 50.
If I can avoid to fly anymore in my life with that company, I will. And really, I mean,
I don't think it's my fault.
After landing zone 37, back 26, Castro 601. Evening, it's Victor Papa, Charlie Sierra November.
From something new to something old. In Gatwick, there's a first-time flyer of the more mature variety.
I'm Edith and I'm 101 and it's my first flight. And I'm not sure whether I'm enjoying it or not. I am really. But I should be glad when I got the other end. I'm going to Belfast to see my great-grandchildren and my granddaughter, of course, and her husband.
I think it's a wonderful step she's taking. We've been trying to persuade her to do it for years, and she said, oh, no, no. So now she's got her first passport. Who knows?
I should have learnt the wave of a queen, shouldn't I?
While Edith gets the VIP treatment, back in Luton, the new check-in system is still causing chaos.
We arrived here at 5:15. We've been standing in a queue. We get there. Nobody actually came round and said the Berlin flight is closing at any point.
I actually heard them myself.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't. And I've got pretty keen hearing.
I had a lady and a gentleman go along the whole of the queues and they moved them all over.
I was standing there looking at those things the whole time and he said, queue at desk 50, which is what we did for an hour and a quarter. And now we're told that there's no way.
Well, they did come along the queue, sir.
Well, they didn't.
No, they did 45 minutes before they did, sir.
No, Bâle was mentioned. That was the only one that was
they
mentioned.
also did Geneva and Berlin, and we moved them to 56 to 59.
The girl
Sir, I've just stood there while I checked all the people in
do you
that
think
moved
we would have
over.
stood there if we hadn't
I can understand what you're saying, sir, but we had about 50 people that moved over from those queues over to the...
I shall never, ever fly easyJet again, and I shall be writing to the manager.
That's fine, I don't have to transfer you then.
You don't have to transfer me?
No, not if you don't wish to travel with us.
I have no alternative on this occasion.
You just said you didn't want to travel with us.
I will on this occasion, but never again. So are you refusing now to give me a ticket to get to Berlin?
You don't want to travel.
No, don't be clever with me. I would like a ticket tomorrow morning, please.
Now I am going to refuse to transfer you, yes.
This lady is now refusing to give me a ticket to travel out of here to Berlin tomorrow.
For teacher Lynn James, PSA Mel Taylor is most certainly not her star pupil.
Matt, phone you on to tomorrow morning's flight.
Meanwhile, what do we do tonight?
Well, if you want a hotel, we can give you a hotel list.
At our cost?
Yeah, you'll have to take it up with easyJet, I'm afraid. Okay, that's all done for you for tomorrow morning.
Yes, but I don't know what's happening tomorrow.
Okay, 1 second, madam. It's okay, your flight tomorrow is at 9:40, check-in will close... Sorry, 6:30, check-in will close at 6 o'clock on the dot.
So let me be absolutely clear. The flight tomorrow is at 6:30.
Yes.
How long before the flight do we need to be here?
The check-in will open 2.5 hours before.
Right.
And it will close at 6 o'clock. The best thing to do is to look above the screens rather than look at the screen as you come in.
Today it's just been bedlam. No one really knows what they're doing. The check-in desk didn't have allocated desks. So everything was everywhere today and people didn't know whether they're coming or going.
Appalling. Absolutely appalling. The young woman over there was extremely rude.
Said she didn't have to give us a ticket.
No. In customer service terms, I think she would rate 0 out of 100.
Elsewhere in the terminal, air stewards Paul, Joel, Andrew and Mark are taking advantage of the crowd while raising money for the performance of a lifetime.
We are supporting a new charity for easyJet, and we are cabin crew, but tonight we're going to be pilots and we plan to do a full Monty strip for the charity.
Not on our flight, I hope.
Not on the flight, sir, no. And a full Monty strip for charity. Of course, forget going to...
preview or anything there, no?
Would you like a preview?
It'll be quick.
Not much to see, is there not?
It's just like the music or something in the background, but... It starts at 8 o'clock, we'll be getting our clothes off at 11:30.
God, I'm starting to blush, this is terrible. Unfortunately, I'm going to be in Budapest, I would love to come and see you straight.
What charity is it for?
It's for the National Society of Epilepsy.
Oh, well, then we have
we'll give you some money, but we're not going to be able to see
Oh,
you get
that'd be great.
Unless you come to
Thank you very
Budapest,
much.
that's all.
Well, maybe another time. It's great.
30,000 feet above the Irish Sea, easyJet's oldest first-time flyer is Belfast bound.
I told you it would have been more bumpy and uncomfortable. It's just like sitting in a car. Bit stupid to be afraid of it, isn't it? But I wouldn't like to look down. I look out of the cloud, but I'm not going to look down. The clouds did look like mashed potatoes when we were coming up, but now the mashed potatoes gone away and they're beautiful. Just like when you're on the earth, I was going to say.
Safely arrived in Belfast, Edith's welcomed by great-granddaughters Chrissy, Maria and Ellie.
What exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody's been making a fuss of that.
After raising money in the airport, the Easy Boys are having a last-minute rehearsal, if only they can remember the moves.
And then if we start, yeah. Oh, it's
The song came on in the flying club one night and we were all quite happy.
We all sort of
Especially me, I
agreed.
think. And then we just, for a joke, said, why don't we do it for real?
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
Mark doesn't know his left from his right.
And it counts too quickly, doesn't
It counts
it? You count way too fast, you're way ahead of us all the time.
Swing the tie and throw it.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Did you enjoy that? Yeah.
With just 3 hours before the big strip, the boys have worked up an appetite.
Food! Food! Just mate, grab a plate. Thank you.
Yeah, just pop it here.
There you go, mate. Grab a plate.
Thank you.
I still need to try my boxer shorts, because I'm not sure if
Don't
they
you?
fit yet.
Just make them fit. Well, then practice we've done. We haven't done the full
Monty yet. Don't even. What happened to the pizza? It's burnt on the bottom. Like a chef. You don't like a stripper either, but you're stripping.
That's some super glue I need, please. Because these ain't gonna
Joel?
stay on at all.
Joel? Can we have some super glue, please? We have a problem. Lots of it.
Do the tie loosely. So
I can't believe that the next time we take these
leave
off.
your top button undone as well.
Why?
Because it's covered by the tie and it's easy to get the shirt off.
Is it?
Mhm.
These are probably going to stick to my leg, no doubt, but hey.
How long does this stuff to take to actually work? Seconds. It's just as well, isn't it?
Over in Belfast, it's all systems go for team leader Edith McNeil.
Glasgow.
Sorry, sir?
Glasgow. Is it finished?
Not a mission, sir. Absolutely not.
You just got in traffic, yeah.
I am sorry, sir, but there's no way you're going to get on the flight. Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
The flight, sir, it's fully boarded. There's no way you're going to get on the flight. I am sorry, but there's absolutely no way you're going to get on the flight to Glasgow. Are you Glasgow as well? Yeah. The flight is fully boarded. There is no way you're going to get on the flight. Absolutely not.
Well, I'm supposed to go home.
Sir, I'm sorry you'll not get home tonight. It'll be tomorrow before you get home.
They may have missed the Glasgow flight, but Paul Connolly's got a plan.
Yeah, we can get you on the Edinburgh, sir.
On the flight, didn't you pay extra?
Sorry?
Didn't you pay extra?
No, it's okay, sir.
Right, thank you. Put me on the Edinburgh flight, please, if you
Right,
can.
okay.
There's three.
How many of you are there?
Three.
Where are they, sir? You need to get them to come straight over
Emma,
the sales
come on,
desk for
quick,
ID, please.
Quick,
okay?
quick. Sir, if you want to come over here, Hey, mate, your diamond.
Use any bags? Yeah.
Just need to see all your IDs.
ID said go, pal.
It is to Gareth. Gareth, there's 3 more here, a male and 2 females with 2 bags.
Right, the 3 bags here, 3 bags.
3 bags.
Baby, you're a diamond.
Okay, I'll explain that to them. Okay, he's asked me to tell you it'll only take you if you can get to the gate. If you can't get to the gate, we'll go without you. So we have to get you transferred first, okay?
Hello, Mum. Right, we'll be Edinburgh. We've missed the flight, so we'll be Edinburgh. We'll be Edinburgh. Need somebody to pick us up for Edinburgh. I don't know, just get somebody to pick me up for Edinburgh, for Christ's sake, will you?
Can I ask you why you were late to the airport?
Wait, because the boy that picked us up was in. That's why we're not. The boy picked us up, I tell you what, he was late, just caught in traffic. And by the way, hey, this is my 2 birds, by the way, hey. We're going to Scotland for Hogmanay, and we just want to go home and just party.
I've had a tough day.
I hate her about 10 minutes ago. I hated her. See now, she's a diamond.
I can't get the tag to work.
You're here.
Oh my God.
Happy New Year, darling.
All right.
All the best. Thanks very much. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Edith has got them on the last flight of the day.
Sorry, Roy, go
But
ahead.
passenger Michael Greggs is going
Here,
nowhere.
hold on, Roy. Give me a minute. I'll bring you back. Cheers. Bye-bye. Hello, sir. How you doing?
All right.
Have they explained to you at the gate why we can't let you onto the aircraft?
Why?
Well, you appear, sir, to be under the influence of alcohol, and that's why we've taken you off the flight now.
Right. I've had a drink, but I've been all right.
Maybe you are, sir. It's just you appear to me just, you know, that you've had a wee bit too much, so...
Oh,
Sure, it's the
well,
New Year and everybody likes to celebrate at the New Year, don't they?
I'll have to celebrate it here, though, won't I?
Well, you stay and celebrate here now. Now, let me see. 10 to 3 tomorrow. Do you think you could make that for me?
10 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
250.
Yep.
Yeah, I can make that.
All right. But you have to promise me something.
What's that?
No drink.
No drink?
No drink.
Oh, well, we'll try that.
Okay, I know you'll do that. There you go, Mr. Gregg, okay? Belfast to Gatwick tomorrow at 10 to 3. That's your flight number there, all right?
Right, lovely.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All the best now, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
The question is, will he keep his promise? The rehearsals are over and the uniforms are on. For the Easy Boys, it's time to get their kit off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please.
We saw them earlier in the terminal with their clothes on, so now we want to see what they're like with their clothes off. So hopefully it'll be a good night. I don't think they'll go the whole way in the last minute. No, it's going to be fun. I think they might just decide, no, can't do it. Keep their pants on.
Please, be outstanding. For one night only, I give you Easy Boys.
pants back, please?
No, you can't have your pants back. Bless him, he wants his pants back. I'm sorry they're mine now. But you see, I'm a bit concerned because they're only small.
I think I've seen women and men getting quite excited, especially for Joel.
Do you know what? I think we found our new vocation.
The drink might be flowing in Luton, but over in Belfast, Michael Greggs has gone teetotal.
How you doing, Mr. Greggs?
Or has he?
Where's the bar?
Where's the bar? Now, sir.
Because I keep going the wrong way.
Well, you can't actually stay here in the airport, sir. You're going to probably have to leave the airport because the bars will be shutting now once the last flights close.
Hey, where is it anyway?
Well, if you go out through the door here, take the first corridor on the right and make your way up towards departures, you'll see the bar up there. But I'll just advise you that it is closing in about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's all right.
All right?
Give me time.
Give me time, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye now. I really can't believe that. That defies logic. I don't think he'd probably serve him in the bar anyway, but it'll keep him happy if he thinks he's going up that way.
Paul Connolly made it home to Glasgow.
Happy New Year!
Edith Pate is already planning her next trip to Belfast.
Thank you very much.
And the Easy Boys raised almost £500. On board Airline, there's a storm raging in Belfast.
This is just one of the worst days I have ever had.
A volcano erupting in Luton.
This is organisation.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
As night falls in Belfast, a severe weather warning has put the airport on full alert.
I'll do it. All closed. Thank you.
Forecasters are predicting that the worst storm in years is about to hit the airport. It's team leader Stuart Truelove's responsibility to get flights away on time.
With gale warnings, I think, all the way through the night. We've had flights affected and cancelled. We've 10 more flights to go tonight, and nearly all of them pretty much full. Next 3 hours are probably going to be interesting, to say the least.
Fellow team leader Edith McNeil is braving the conditions outside.
The wind speed at the minute is about 34 knots, so once it comes to 40 knots, unfortunately nothing's able to land or take off, so we've literally got to shut down. So, as you can see, you can hardly walk out here at the moment. At the minute, we're just going to have to see how it goes.
Flights are leaving on time, but it's Edith's responsibility to ensure the conditions are safe to work in.
Davey, would you be able to give me an update on the weather situation, please?
Without trying to sound too technical, it's bloody windy.
It's windy, but it's still safe to fly. For now.
The forecast is that it's to get worse. There's to be more wintry showers. The gales we don't have any information that they're going to calm down at the minute. So they are still getting worse. We've got one more away. That's now Stansted, just about to depart. So 1 down and about 5 to go. So we'll see how it goes now.
Despite severe gales in Belfast, the team are still keeping to schedule.
That's one more gone now. That's now Glasgow. Up and away.
But then, the full force of the storm hits.
Just coming from Tenerife and it was a little bit bumpy on arrival. But of course the brakes worked as usual, so everything was okay. It was windy enough.
The weather's closed the local seaports and 35,000 homes are without electricity. Luckily for Edith, there's only the last flight to Newcastle to depart.
Really, that's small, wasn't it? 33, yeah? 33, Okay, thank you.
Are you wet?
I'm wet.
Against all the odds, every flight has left on schedule.
That has got to be the worst weather I have ever seen. Been doing this job for 4.5 years. I have never seen anything just as bad as this has been tonight. I can't wait to get home and get a bath. I'm freezing.
It's rush hour at Luton Airport. A new communal check-in system is still causing confusion. Now, passengers check in at any desk for any destination. Announcements are made when a flight is due to close. But despite queuing for almost an hour, Robert Kiter, Nicholas Simonucci and Emily Perisol failed to hear the last calls for the Nice flight.
You said it's closed now. It's too late. It is closed, sir, but we will transfer you onto the next available flight. It's not helping me. Give me next flight.
10 to 5. 5. Not half past 5.
I left the office for half a day. What was
Not half past 5
then? Okay, so look, I will try and help you.
Why you didn't
One flight per container. Where? Because that's why. You have all flights all there. Yes. This is organisation.
Sir,
if you're going to continue swearing at me, I'm not going to deal with you anymore, sir. Okay. Mind your language and calm down.
My mother in the hospital, okay?
I understand that.
If I don't... No.
Who is waiting for 45 minutes in the queue, and then we arrived on the counter and said, "Oh, Nice, it's closed."
It was not right. I am sure.
It's unbelievable. Why they changed it? Before it's Nice, Barcelona, every destination separated. Now it's all destination. You arrive, you don't know. You couldn't ask because there is a queue. If you try to ask, the people, "Oh, hang on, please, the queue is there." And then you wait like a donkey for 5 minutes, and then it's closed. We cannot accept passengers right up until the last minute of flight, otherwise the flight will never get away.
It's your problem. I pass 1 hour in your queue.
Okay. If there is a place in the next flight, they will give me the next flight. If not, maybe tomorrow. It's unbelievable.
And for Robert, it's just the start of his problems. Despite arriving in plenty of time at Luton Airport, Robert, Nicholas and Emily have missed the Nice flight, and the news is about to get worse.
Unfortunately, the next flight I've got to Nice isn't till 7:10 tomorrow morning now.
They're going to need somewhere to sleep for the night.
You must pay the diner and the hotel because it's not because we arrive 1 hour, okay. 1 hour, because your organization is 0.
Manager Sam Jones is keeping calm.
Where we sleep? Here. We sleep here.
I want to
here. And your smile when you say me. It's not problem. I think it's a bad organization of the airport because in Nice you have 1 TV for 1 flight, no all the TV for all flight. Okay, and I think it's a big fault of the airport.
We don't actually provide hotel accommodation for passengers that miss flights.
I commute with them every week since 3 years. But when you miss the flight, you are like a dog. They don't speak with you. Yeah, okay, you missed it, tomorrow.
We're a bit upset, to say the least. I have to deal with that sort of situation most days, to be honest. There's always someone that's going to be upset.
C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Thank you very much. Cheers.
The staff at Luton Airport have received some sad news.
I found out this week that I'm leaving today. Today's my last day, and it's all happened very, very quickly.
Jane's taking up an exciting new position with Aer Lingus.
Scary. No, it's very exciting. Yeah, stand by.
After 8 years working for easyJet, everyone's going to miss Jane.
Gosh, it's times like this you wish you could drink at work.
The Olympics has created some unlikely heroes. Eddie the Eagle, Eric the Eel. But now meet Kwame and Nkrumah Achiampong, aka the Snow Leopard.
Hello.
Hello there, how are you?
Yeah, fine. I've got a flight for Geneva.
Very nice.
Kwame was brought up in West Africa, but now lives and trains in Milton Keynes. His goal is to be the first Ghanaian skier to compete in a giant slalom race at the 2006 Winter Olympics. Tomorrow is his first official race.
I'm kind of the underdog. I'm kind of just your normal skier, trying to do what most people think is impossible.
Okay, so you are checked in for Geneva.
He's not the only first-timer on the flight.
Are you okay there, sir? You look a little bit nervous.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You're fine. If you need anything, just let me know, okay?
It's former Newcastle customer service agent Emma Elwood's first week as a member of cabin crew.
Really enjoying it. It's excellent. It's much better than on the ground. It was a bit boring to the end on the ground after so many years. So I'm glad I've made the move, and I'm glad I'm doing it. It's really good fun. I haven't spilt any drinks yet. I've spilt a few bits of ice on people. Touch wood. I haven't spilt anything yet. That's great. So is it your first time in Geneva?
Second time now.
Second time?
Yeah.
Is there anything special you're going out for? Do you have family over there? Or?
No, I'm actually going out to ski. I have a competition tomorrow when I arrive, and I'm just going to carry on doing competitions till I qualify for the Olympics.
Oh, really? That's going to be good. Good luck with it.
Back in Milton Keynes, Kwame's coach Dave Jacobs knows the Snow Leopard has a mountain to climb if he's to achieve Olympic glory.
When I met him, he was on rental ski boots, rental skis. He'd never seen a mountain, never seen snow before in his life. And that was basically about 5 months ago. So 5 months ago, he went from nothing, basically a punter, looking like a punter, to looking like a racer, and he's actually skiing like a racer.
Jane Bolton's cleared the airport of many angry passengers in her time. Now all she has to do is clear her desk.
Oh. I've got some fantastic memories of here. So it will be very hard to leave. It's like leaving your family.
Over the last 8 years working for easyJet, Jane certainly made her mark.
Yay! She was definitely a bit of a party animal, shall we say.
She's a bit of a nutter.
Oh my God!
Nice to meet you. Can you just cross over and go between the barriers? You're the second one from the end. Thanks. I'm just coming.
In her time, Jane has seen it all, from drunk passengers at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh my God. Have you been drinking?
Nope.
The joys of work. Oh my God.
To old ladies who didn't know where they were going.
Do you need any help? Are you OK? Just remember years ago being on check-in, dealing with people like Mrs Brady, the old lady who didn't know where on earth she was going. Poor woman. You went to Nice in France?
I don't know.
I still sometimes now, I must be, what, 5 years on now? Wonder how she is and how she's doing. She got there all right in the end, though.
Bye.
But what Jane will be remembered for most is her no-nonsense approach to working on the front line.
I've got a meeting in Amsterdam.
Yeah, but you're not listening to me, you're not
flight.
understanding what I'm saying. You can take the passengers with you and let's just board them onto that one.
Oh, I want cash now.
I can't give you cash, mate. I'll do as quick as I can if you don't mind.
And you're having a lovely
I'm Jane Bolton.
Nobody cares about people like us.
Stop shouting, because I'm not going to help you if you carry on shouting at me. You don't need to point at me, sir.
It says easyJet.
It is easy if you get here on time.
I'm sorry, you lied, and I advise you not to do that.
I haven't lied to you at all. I've just passed you on what I was told. Next person that comes and shouts at me, I'm going to punch them. But yes, that's it. Everything's done. No more emails. Time to sign off and get the hell out of here. Say goodbye to everyone. Hello. We're coming down to say goodbye to everyone now. All right, bye. Gosh, I can't believe the time has come. I just can't believe it.
The time's also come for the Snow Leopard. It's race day in Val Thorens, high in the French Alps. If Kwame's to stay on course for the Olympics, he must finish. But the region's been hit by some of the heaviest snowfall in recent years. Kwame's not skied in anything like this before. Even the top skiers are crashing out. The next few minutes could end the Snow Leopard's Olympic dream before it's begun.
Now or never. This is the moment of truth. First run.
Celui que vous attendez tous, mesdames, mesdemoiselles, messieurs, Nkrumah Akiapong Kwame from Ghana.
To everyone's surprise, Kwame appears from out of the glue. The Snow Leopard's done it.
Nkrumah Akiapong.
C'est bien, you did it. Oh, yes. Woo! Finished.
Kwame's time is a minute slower than his closest rival.
That's not bad. Oh, good. Good.
But with over 40 skiers failing to finish, he's well on his way to Olympic qualification.
The Olympic dream is on track, definitely. This is what the world is going to be seeing at the next Winter Olympics. First time ever the Ghanaian flag.
This snow leopard might not be an endangered species after all. There's one final surprise in store for airline favourite Jane Bolton.
Oh my God! Have you seen Death 60? Good luck, Jane, from all of us at easyJet. Bye, sweetheart. What's that mean? Not really going to say, oh, I'm glad to leave in a bit because, you know, I'm not really. Bye-bye, you. I won't say behave yourself because you won't. Oh, so two girls. It's been a great learning curve and I'm growing up a lot. Yeah, it's been good. Very good.
Nicholas, Emily and Robert had to pay for a night in a local hotel before flying to Nice the next morning.
Nice waist stands, ready position.
Kwame's training hard for the 2006 Olympics, and after surviving the storms, Edith enjoyed a very relaxing bath.